The following is a presentation of the Shining Wizards Network, broadcasting live in high-definition video and available on all podcasting and streaming platforms. Follow us on social media at Wizards Podcast. Check out our merchandise at merch.shiningwizards.com. Do your Amazon shopping at amazon.shiningwizards.com. And become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/wizardspodcast. And now, it's time for the Shining Wizards.
Trying to make it go when we have ourselves. No. Yes, I've been back, but when I come back, no. I ain't got the time, and if my mommy says I'm fine, trying to make it go when we have our own. Go. And of course, you are tuned in live to episode number 739 of the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. We can roll our R's with the best of them, baby. Live on social media, everywhere you go on each and every one of the streaming podcasting platforms. The Hitman Tony Stetson joins us tonight. We got rehashing of Rebellion. Let's get right into that wrestling talk.
And talk about wrestling.
The crooner, Dr. Donk.
The Mooner, Double T.
the Gooner, HK.
The Sooner, Brundo.
Damn it, I was going to go Boomer Sooner. Damn it. The Boomer Sooner, by God. KJG.
Do you know what a Gooner is, HK?
No idea.
You may want to Google that. That's pretty fun.
Bill Irwin played him as a hockey gimmick, didn't he? WWE. The Gooner.
Definitely not this kind of Gooner. Gentlemen, what's going on?
The term goon can also be described someone who is excessively or theoretically experiencing pleasure, potentially in the performance or an over-the-top way. This means in a less common and more informal. Well, where the fuck's the rest of it?
Tony, take me over the top.
We're gonna take the fall.
Did anyone else think it was ironic that Nick Hogan knew the words to Rehab?
That was Nick Hogan in the back?
That's cold, Obi-Wan.
I mean, at least he didn't get in a car with him.
Seeing Jimmy Hart in the back there with with that straw hat, he looked like Slowpoke.
I got a little crowd participation on that one too.
People are digging it.
Yeah.
Next time, sing Dave Matthews' Crash. Especially if Nick Hogan's behind you.
But I can't drive 55.
You guys are so mean, bros.
I never got behind the fucking steering wheel, intoxicated, and fucking made my best friend a vegetable.
Yeah, all my passengers still have their head.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's not like Chris Benoit's there and you're singing I used to love her, but I had to kill her.
Jeez.
Right.
Back here if you need me.
No, I feel like this would be right in your wheelhouse, Tony.
Nope. Just wanted to play myself singing some karaoke. Figured to bring something fun to the show.
It sure did.
You guys got to fucking drive right over it.
We're having a drop dead good time.
We didn't. Nick Hogan did.
You didn't drive over anything, jackass.
They drove into it.
Come on now. That ain't right what you boys are doing.
Speaking of dead things.
Oh, no. My least favorite gimmick.
Dead. Someday you'll be dead. Holy shit. Editing skills to rival Dave Sturcio right there.
Never claimed to be the editing master. Wednesday evening, the 23rd of April, we were informed that one Steve Mongo McMichael was going into hospice, and maybe like an hour later, it was unfortunately announced that he is no longer with us, succumbing to the terrible ALS, and that gives Brundo a point.
Never mind that shit. There goes Mongo. Alex Karras no longer with us too, by the way. Mongos are dying all around.
Well, Alex Karras has been dead for a minute, right?
He was only a pawn anyway.
He was the dad in Webster.
Yes, I didn't get the pawn joke.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
I think that was what he says. Mongo only pawn.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Those are not the lines I remember.
Yeah. We're way outside Double T's wheelhouse.
Sheriff is a
Really? Excuse me while I whip this out.
But this is my shooting hand.
Jumping around out here like a bunch of Kansas City.
All right, come on, we're going to do this now. Cuckoo.
No, I'm back here if you need me.
Blazing Saddles is a fantastic.
Hey, where the white women at?
But, it's crazy. Mongo, 4 Horsemen, a very successful professional wrestling career. He's not doing Dave Meltzer 5-star matches, but I think we all love Mongo, no?
Yeah.
I've come to love him more and more over the years seeing this shit.
Go back and watch Mongo versus Goldberg. I forget the pay-per-view. I fucking love the shit out of that match.
I'll tell you, I would. There's a lot of things I would do. I don't think I'd ever let Steve Mongo McMichael hit me with a tombstone pile driver.
No, why?
I don't know. It's fucking horrifying as shit. Doesn't he hit one on Jerry Lynn? Don't they have like a terrible? No, Jerry Flynn.
Yeah, well, fuck Jerry Flynn.
Wow,
Could've been
really?
Jerry
Wow.
Lynn.
What did
That's
Jerry
for
Flynn
jail.
do to you?
Coming out here, big white goof with a fucking gi on all the time. Fuck off. We booking Jerry Flynn for October, Brundo?
You got a problem with Mr. JF?
I got no problems with Mr. J.O. sitting above me.
I think he was really an MMA fighter, though. No?
He was a kickboxer.
Oh, good for him. So was Ernest Miller. There you go. He was the greatest, though. Rest in peace, Mongo. I have a feeling we didn't come here to laugh tonight. What's going on?
Wait, who's the greatest?
Fucking Ernest Miller, dude. The cat. He said
cat.
so in his song.
Yes.
Are you looking that up?
No, I'm looking at Jerry
The song goes, I'm the greatest. Like, that's the only words except for the 1 and 2.
I was looking at Jerry Flynn's 0-1 MMA record.
That's like saying CM Punk was an MMA fighter. Come on,
Dude,
dude.
that's a Hall of Fame career right there. That's Michelle McCool status.
Fuck yeah.
Ludwig Borges status.
Tony Halme.
Tony Halme. He was not good person.
So now, me, Brundo, and Tony all have a point,
Yep.
and they are all our first round picks.
We know how to fucking pick them, baby. That's what we do.
How you roll.
We are 3 days from May, the 5th month of the year. We already picked 3.
I've been in Deadpools where 2 points for the entire year, and we've got 3 less than a third of the way through. That's crazy.
Who?
All right, no reaction again. I don't know what to say anymore.
What do you
Tony
want
Stetson joining us later. Hopefully, we got some yucks for him. Otherwise, it's going to be a long show, boys. Speaking of long, can we talk about Rebellion? I heard you were shitting on it earlier in the chat.
Oh my God! I mean, do you want to do Rebellion talk now?
No, I don't care. I'll talk whatever.
Well, do you want to say anything about Mongo?
I did. Watch his match with Goldberg. He debuted at WrestleMania 11 with LT's team.
And then
What a man. What a mighty good man.
You want to watch something awesome? His pull-apart brawl with Kama on Monday Night Raw leading up to that match. He was doing commentary with
Good
Vince.
pull.
And then they get into a huge pull-apart brawl. Vince is involved. A lot of the backstage agents and stuff come out, and DiBiase is there. And
What was the name of his dog?
oh God, don't say anything. Oh my God!
I mentioned it last week. It's Pepe.
Yeah, Pepe.
You find it a little weird that Al Snow's dog was Pepper, and his dog was Pepe.
I think it falls in line.
Yeah.
I think the Chavo thing, the horse Pepe makes more sense than the Pepper.
Yeah, but like two different wrestlers having small dogs on TV, like, I don't know. Well,
Yeah,
see you later.
For two different companies, though, you know what I mean? I don't think one has one. I don't think Pepper has anything to do with Pepe. I wouldn't be shocked if Chavo's horse Pepe had anything to do with like an homage to original Pepe.
Yeah, did you want him to have a greyhound named Ron?
Yes, it's 7-Eleven. Nothing's happening. I'm going to the well. I'm a puppet jerking off. Now I'm Swedish. Burgy, burgy, burgy. Stroke my strudel, burgy, burgy.
There you go. Get it back. Get it back. Get your flow back. Brundo, anything about Mongo before we outside
Pull the train into the station.
Outside the fight.
I'm pulling something.
Well, everybody else gave a match to watch. I'll give a match not to watch, and that's him and Bryan Adams. I can't remember which show it was, but it was one of the summer shows. They had probably the worst fucking match of all time. I think it was a bash.
I was with you, Brundo. I was thinking for some reason Mongo and Scott Norton was in my head.
No,
I think what I'm thinking of is Bryan Adams and Mongo.
I can't see Mongo and Scott Norton having a bad match.
Dude, watch Jimmy Anvil Neidhart versus Scott Norton in 1998. Like, oof.
Yeah.
HJ, I know you did a lot of WCW watching for Year of.
Yeah.
Any Mongo moments or matches?
Jeez, nothing. So I'm not a big Mongo guy. Just he never clicked with me. There was a short period of time when he started he was cleaning up using the tombstone, and he delivered it a little bit differently, which I kind of liked. I was like, okay, I can maybe get behind him, but he was just so like clunky in the ring. Like you could always count on something going sideways when he was in the ring. Match, boy, who'd he face? Gomez? Was that Desperado? Yeah. Yeah. Go watch that one. Have a good time.
Dude, we should like make homework for the next 4 weeks, like mandatory Mongo McMichael match watches. Watch along. Like everyone picks a Mongo match for the next month.
That sounds like some sort of fucking like radio contest, like mandatory Metallica, like mandatory Mongo.
Yeah, 2 for Tuesday, right? Like you have to do the gimmick every Tuesday, 2 songs back to back. I will say this though, Mongo's intensity outside of the ring, like what he did, like when he wasn't between the ropes working, was like so underrated and underappreciated. So fucking good. Like I remember there was a point in time in HK, like you like Matt said, you talk a lot about WCW when Sting and Luger wanted to join Ric Flair and Arn Anderson as the team in War Games versus the NWO. Like they proposed that, and then like Benoit and Mongo have to kind of like step out. Mongo's like stressed, he's like holding his head, and he just says like something like this, like if you guys leave whatever these two head honchos out to dry, it'll like what the NWO is gonna do, you'll make it seem like a walk in the park. Like like it was just such a good, legit, like badass. Listen, you fuck with my boys, I am going to beat your ass. And it was so believable because Mongo was so fucking believable as like a super tough, no nonsense talker.
I didn't like his hair.
It was luxurious.
Yeah, didn't like it.
Wow.
Oh.
So weird. You look at when he became like a member of the Four Horsemen and like all the matches they were having, like to put over the Four Horsemen. It's essentially them beating up High Voltage, Joe Gomez, the Renegade, and the Rock and Roll Express. Like every Nitro and every Saturday night until November, they're just beating up those teams.
Does anybody remember that the Rock and Roll Express was in the Nitro era?
Oh yeah, them and Flair and Anderson had a match on Nitro, I believe.
That's like that. Like the fact that Matt just brought that up, like, reminds me how insane that is. That the Rock and Roll Express are in the Nitro era. Well, they were in the Raw era too. They were in the NWA.
Yeah, Attitude era.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, the fuck they were.
It's
they
funny,
were heels.
It's funny you mentioned that. I caught the end of the Rock and Roll Express and the Headbangers on Raw for the National Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Championship. Tommy Young, who was supposed to be fucking retired, refereed this match and disqualified the Headbangers for throwing fucking Ricky Morton over Robert Gibson over the top. So what should have been a 3 count, they got fucking disqualified for. And Jim Cornette's at ringside. I was like, what is this dog shit?
Did they reference the NWA rules?
Yeah, they do the. I don't know. The NWA rules are a little bit different. So dumb. It was so badly done.
God,
Rest in peace, Mongo.
And the Rock and Roll Express are still doing it, man, at that fucking clusterfuck battle royal at GCW.
Oh yeah, wait,
they were on TV last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, on Dynamite. Holy crap.
Oh, I didn't realize this. M. Birch chiming in here. Mongo was also once the ref for a Monsters Ball match,
Yes.
TNA Bound for Glory 2008.
Oh God, yeah, wasn't he like 400 pounds for that thing?
Yeah, he's a monster. No pun intended.
And he wound up turning heel by turning on his buddy Kevin Green.
What, in WCW?
Yeah.
He was the Monsters Ball.
The Monsters.
2008. But yeah, that was a great moment because do you remember that, Tony? It was Kevin Green and Mongo versus Ric Flair and Arn Anderson.
Yep.
With Bobby Heenan as the coach.
The coach, yeah.
For Ric Flair and then Macho Man as the coach for Green and Mongo. Then Mongo turns on Green, joins the Horsemen. It was actually pretty shocking at the time.
Kevin Green should have went farther than he did too.
Kevin Green had a good run, man. He got a pay-per-view main event.
That was a hell of a match too.
Didn't Reggie White?
Yeah.
join
I
WCW?
think on the same show.
Yeah, same show as Kevin Green, Reggie White, and Steve McMichaels.
I think Kevin Green was in the main event with Flair and Piper versus Six, Hall, and Nash, and Reggie White and Kevin Green was on the undercard.
Wait, who was on Lawrence Taylor's team?
Oh, I'll tell you right now. Ken Norton Jr., Reggie White, Steve Mongo McMichael, Carl Banks.
Yep.
Missing one.
Bears running back.
Wasn't Walter
Oh,
Payton.
I thought it was a white guy from the Lions.
Yeah.
Neil Anderson was there.
Chris Spielman was there too, wasn't he?
Chris Spielman was there, yeah.
Yeah. Was there a running back from the Bears on that?
No,
Chris
Bears.
Spielman- Neil Anderson was there.
Let's see if it's here on the Wikipedia, the Wikipedia. Tell me who's in his squad, people.
I'm looking now. Here, Ken Norton Jr., Chris Spielman, Ricky Jackson, Carl Banks, Reggie White, and Steve McMichael.
Ricky Jackson.
Ricky Jackson.
Oh, Neil Anderson does push-ups in the crowd with Todd Bettengill. That's what it is.
And he came out to the fucking what was this? The Monday Night Football team.
Dun, 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 dun. Was that Monday Night Football or was it Sunday Night Football?
No, that was it. It used to be
Dun,
Monday Night
dun,
Football.
dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, dun, dun. God, now it's just like, are you ready for football?
I love that match. That set the standard for fucking celebrities being involved in matches actually being pretty good.
It also set the standard for world title matches not closing the show.
I thought LT did a fantastic job in that match.
Horrible match.
No,
Hey,
Duke and I just watched.
I didn't get that far yet.
Fucking suck,
Yeah.
man.
LT was PWI Rookie of the Year, second runner-up that year.
See, HK, you don't get it because you're a Minnesota guy, but LT,
What the fuck does that mean?
he's a fucking New York guy, dude.
Now LT transcends location.
No, I get it, but it doesn't hurt that he's a fucking New York guy and everybody.
The
grew
best
up-
defensive back of all time.
We played linebacker, but the other thing is
What did I say? What did I say?
You said defensive back.
Oh, sorry.
Um,
And I'm supporting Kevin, and he still throws me under the bus.
I mean, we wouldn't have it any other way on this show.
no, but the match itself is not good. It's not good at all in any stretch.
Yeah, it is.
All right, go watch it.
All right, homework next week, Brundo. Nah, I would have signed it this week, but I got a David Starr match in the chamber, so
This motherfucker.
you're lucky I can't find anything on Rude Boy Riley anywhere.
Watch out for what David Starr has in the chamber.
Yeah, don't put fucking Rude Boy Riley into your search.
Oh, you know what? David Starr and Rude Boy Riley actually had a match at some point. That'll be a 2-for-1. You won't even have to watch 2 matches for that.
A fucking baby raper on a pole match.
All right, you see, you got to take it too far. God
You
damn it.
brought him up. Why did you bring up garbage on our show?
Yeah, but you didn't have to fucking put your dick in the trash with it.
Look, fuck both those dudes. How do you like them apples?
It's my dick in the trash.
Also, HK, when you're watching these, are you mindful of the time period?
Yeah.
Or are you just basing this off of you're currently in 2025 and you're watching a match from fucking 30 years ago and you're like, this is dog shit
with a football player?
No, because I think the majority of the time the matches that I truly enjoy are from years ago.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. So but that match itself he was all over the place, and you could tell Bam Bam was
not a wrestler.
That's what I'm saying. And Tony loves it. He says it's a great match, not a great match.
Yeah, I think it's a fine match considering the circumstances. He's not a trained professional wrestler. Bam Bam Bigelow led him through the main event of WrestleMania 11. Who cares if it's not one of the greatest
main event of WrestleMania?
When was the last time you watched the match?
Sorry?
When was the last time you watched the match?
I don't know.
Okay. I just watched it. It's not good.
So basically, HK, what you are doing is what Matt kind of said. You are looking at it through 2025 lenses. I mean, you have no choice. It's 2025, but you kind of are judging it based on everything else that's currently going on. You know what I mean? If you could find me a comp of a sport, what about Dennis Rodman, right? That would be a comp. Would you consider Dennis Rodman's stuff better or worse than Lawrence Taylor's stuff?
I think Dennis Rodman's match. You're talking about just his matches.
His match.
I think I'd take a Dennis Rodman match over an LT match. Yeah.
No, he wants to know if Dennis Rodman's a better rebounder than LT. Yes, a match. You fucking build up.
Well, no, I'm talking about all the bullshit around it too.
No, I know. I actually did know what he meant, but
I did too. But come on.
All right, let's see if we can think of somebody else. What about Shaq and his stuff with Cody and AEW?
Oh my God, that sets the standard for people outside of wrestling being involved in wrestling. One of the greatest moments in AEW history. Shaq getting ready for the fucking power bomb. Fuck yeah.
What about that? How about this? What about the Reggie White Mongo match? Brundo.
I've watched that match a lot more than I probably should have, and some of Reggie White's stuff was good, and some was not so good. Some of those clotheslines were just garbage. But then he throws a fucking drop kick. It's holy shit, this guy.
Oh, that match was 15 minutes long.
WCW gave everything 15 minutes. That's why AEW does the same shit, dude.
It was between. Oh man, I might have to watch Slamboree '97 and fucking try and fucking hang myself. It's in between Steiner Brothers versus Dungeon of Doom and the main event.
Yeah, our buddy Apron Bump Handjob just covered that show maybe a month or so ago.
What a hunk of shit!
He said he actually enjoyed it, Reggie White, way more than he should have.
Let me ask you guys this: I feel like I forget more wrestling than I remember. I know I ordered this pay-per-view. I know I taped it. I have no recollection of this card whatsoever.
I had it on tape, and I only remember the Reggie White match pretty much.
I don't remember
the Kevin Green one.
I don't remember Reggie White at all. What else is on the card?
Steven Regal, Ultimo Dragon for the WCW World TV title. Medusa Luna Vachon. Mysterio against Yuji Yasuraku.
Who? Right.
Glacier Mortis in under 2 minutes. Dean Malenko, Jeff Jarrett.
They gave Reggie White 15 fucking minutes, and Blood Runs Cold gets 2.
I think that's when Wrath debuts.
Malenko, Jarrett for the U.S. title. Meng, Chris Benoit death match.
Wait, how long did that go?
Meng and Chris Benoit.
Yeah, 9 minutes, I bet.
14:54.
Jesus Christ!
Steiner Brothers versus Hugh Morris and Conan for the tag titles. No, just a tag team match. Excuse me. Mongo, Reggie White, and Kevin Green, Ric Flair, Roddy Piper against the NWO.
My gosh,
Kevin Green main evented Slamboree.
I fell asleep watching this within the last month or so because I remember the Benoit Meng.
It's just so funny, like because the pay-per-view that was assigned in homework with the Battle Royal and the following match on the same show was fucking Lex Luger versus Bryan Adams. It's a second Bryan Adams reference. That's a pay-per-view match. Lex Luger versus Bryan Adams, like unreal.
I like Matthew Birch's idea. Is there any old Tier 1 wrestling online Tony can assign for homework where he was doing commentary? Good call, sir.
That's not a terrible idea. Actually.
Good call.
You do any David Starr matches?
Oh, I've done plenty of David. I've done David Starr matches, Rude Boy Riley matches. See, I didn't stop at doing them, you know. What there, right? I kept fucking going. Make a clip out of that hand job, fuck face.
Yikes, dog.
Yikes.
Who is the fucking WCW champion in 1997?
Hogan. Sting. Maybe Luger for a week.
Luger for a week, Hogan, and
Hogan's not on
the last 3 days.
Hogan's not on Slamboree. He's not on Great American Bash.
Was it the Jai?
He is at Bash at the Beach in the tag match with Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, he may have been doing like a movie. Or
he
something.
loses to Hogan to Luger the next month.
Yeah, he loses at Hog Wild.
No, he wins it.
He wins it back at Hog Wild.
He wins it back at Hog
That's
Wild.
right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, like you're like the top matches for the. Are we still talking 96? We're still talking 97. Yeah. I was gonna say the top matches for 98 were. Oh, I don't think Hogan was on that one either. Was he? Because I think the main event was. Oh yeah, he was. It was Hall and Nash versus Sting and the Giant.
Slamboree 98.
Yeah, and it was Savage and Brett on the top.
Yeah. Goldberg. Yeah, Goldberg, Perry Saturn. Jesus Christ. Man, you look at some of these cards and it's like how is this acceptable for a fucking pay-per-view match?
It's borderline Thunder, to be honest.
The crowds are super hot at the time, though. Super
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yes, I want put a pin in that HK for later, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was a weird time, Matt. Like you always say, it's like a fever dream. It's like
weird. I forget so much of this too.
Yeah, and you always say, Matt, like your tagline, the Attitude Era was dog shit. like this whole a lot of it does not age particularly well, and not for any nefarious reasons.
What do you think 9 minutes of Juventud Guerrero against Reese is like?
I remember that match. I remember that match.
Reese.
He wins with the roll up. He wins with like a sunset flip package. I remember that match.
What a fucking weird fucking time. Holy shit.
Ron Reese was on the fucking flock.
Who's the guy from England too that they brought in as Loch Ness?
Fucking
Giant
Bane.
Haystacks.
Yeah. Giant Haystacks, that was it. Yeah. Like they were pulling crazy fucking people out of everywhere during the Nitro era.
With the WCW like YouTube channel, like sometimes I'll just pop in and see what's on, and like it'll be in the middle of a Nitro. Like they open with like a fight between the Giant and Loch Ness. Like they did a cold open with like just them fighting in the aisle, and they were supposed to be on the same team or something against I think Luger and somebody, and they just started fighting for no reason.
Oh my god, the Giant wrestled Loch Ness at the 1996 Uncensored?
Yes, he did.
3 minutes, I think.
I remember that one.
I watched it recently.
Dude, Loch Ness was like the most underwhelming, biggest push dude for like
because who made us watch that awful cage match? I actually watched like a bunch of matches from that show.
That was me.
Brundo.
Good God.
The Nitro when they debuted those guys too is so awesome. It might be the same. It might have been the same Nitro with the Giant and Loch Ness fighting.
How about this? We're going to end this conversation because our guest is here. But how about I'm just going to tie this all together. Giant Haystacks had one dark match in WWF in 1992 at a Huntsville, Alabama taping against HK and KJG's favorite jobber, Red Tyler.
No shit.
And he was the Wolfman.
Red Tyler makes the towns.
Red Tyler knows what's up.
I'm not touching anything. I'm not bringing.
Hi, guy. I'll bring him in.
The Hitman, Tony Stetson.
Hey,
What's
guys.
going on?
Hey guys, how are you guys tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you ready
Thank
for
you for having me.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Pleasure
Thanks
to
for
have
taking
you, of course.
time out of your busy schedule.
Yeah, it's busy. When you're old, it doesn't matter.
Time doesn't matter or your schedule doesn't matter.
Write that down, Brundo.
Anything matters, right?
Nothing matters.
When you're old, nothing matters.
Yeah, you go with the flow.
All right, well, the flow's going to take you to the 2300 arena this weekend, no?
Yeah. Oh, I'm ready for that flow. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I've been ready for this for a while now. Mentally, I'm ready. Physically, it's just a matter of triggering that violence part of me, and then I'm good to go.
Oh boy. Oh no.
I'm going to bring back what we did back in the day, 34 years ago. That's, all that hardcore stuff, nothing fancy, just physical beatdowns.
Well, quick question for you.
Yep.
Since you're bringing the hardcore back, I'm a belt guy. Will you be bringing the Pennsylvania Championship with you?
Here's the funny thing with that. Well, that was ECW, but after I defended it to Tommy Cairo, then they scratched the title. That was it. It was done.
Did you happen to walk away with the belt, or
No,
somebody?
we're lucky we walked away with some pay in our pocket.
Fair point, Tony. Fair point. Oh shit.
Are you, Tony, are you surprised, like you said, 34 years later, like people still know who Tony Stetson is? Like, this is a big deal this weekend. The Rasselcon,
it's actually
TWA one and done.
Yeah, and it's actually touching, especially the whole thing with the banner. Everybody gets forgotten, no matter what you do in life, And for this to come back to life, it means something. It's touching, it's emotional, and I felt like I had to do one more match because all right, the five of us on the banner: Joel Goodhart, who was the mastermind. Then you had DC Drake, Johnny Hotbody, Larry Winters, who passed away, God rest his soul, and me. Well, Joel was never a wrestler. DC and Johnny both had triple bypass surgeries a few years back. So I'm the only one physically capable to get in the ring. So I felt as though somebody had to represent. I mean, if our name's getting raised, somebody had to do it.
What does that mean to you? Like, you were there at the beginning of ECW, and you kind of, you were like when I'm buying ECW tapes from our video, like Tony Stetson is like one of the first names that I see come on the screen. Like, what does that mean to you now that your name will be immortalized in the 2300 arena, even though it's not the shithole it used to be?
No, actually, it's a beautiful building now,
unbelievable.
But it became so iconic. For it to go up now, it just, there was a time way back when, I'll never forget, it was a good 15 years ago. Maybe, I don't know, I lose track of time. Anyway, me and Hotbody were in that building. They had something going on, and we were invited to be there. And I remember Johnny saying, our name should be up there. And I says, yeah, you're right. I mean, it was frustrating because what we started, listen, we didn't take it to the levels that it's at now with concrete, the fluorescent tubes and all. What we did, and we didn't have any props. We just went out there and tore things up. When I'll never forget the first time I was scheduled to wrestle Johnny, it was in Temple's McGonigal Hall, which is the Leocorda Center now, whatever. And Johnny was so nervous. And Joel said, Johnny, I like you, but, you'll never work for me again. You're just nervous. I'm afraid you can't go out there and do what you got to do. I looked over at Hotbody. I said, John, just follow me. And we went out there and just ripped it up. That after the match, because Johnny was going to be done, they had set up an angle with Jules Strongbow for us to come back in a return Indian strap match. So we went through the whole angle. And that was going to be the next show, me and Jules. The wrestling radio show got flooded with so many phone calls the next week demanding me and Hotbody be put together again. And that's when it all started. Then you had DC Drake and Larry Winters doing their crazy stuff. And this was a time people would look at it and say, wow, what's going on? What is this? We didn't create hardcore wrestling because it was going on down south. And God rest his soul, Bruiser Brody. Look what he did. Look what he contributed to all that stuff. We just, at the time, in this area of where we're at in Philly and all, everything was so generic. Everything, promoters say, you can't do this, you can't do that. Don't go out the ring. Don't go into the crowd. Joel gave us free liberty to do whatever we want. And that's what we did. We just went out there and did whatever we want. We didn't sit and have a powwow before we went out. If we did talk, I'll see you out there. And that's it. And then we just went to it.
How would you explain to someone a wrestling fan that might only be familiar with ECW and not necessarily Tri-State? How would you explain the legacy of Tri-State to someone that might only be familiar with ECW?
Well, the way it started was literally we definitely started the hardcore phase. And I mean, they can go on and see some of the crazy matches that they had. And every show was a blood fest. There was one big show we did that the opening bout was a 15-man last blood battle royal. So in your first match, 15 guys wind up bleeding. That's what we did. And then when Todd took over ECW, after everything went downhill, he wanted to get away from that. The first thing he did was separate me and Hot Body. But what he did was, and it's so kind of crazy that his goal was to get away from it. The first ECW match was me and Ivan Koloff. We were like the co-main event. And Todd goes up to Ivan and he says, this is our top baby face. Can you put him over by DQ? And he said, no, let him pin me clean middle of the ring. Then I'll get him with the chain. And then we do that brouhaha, hangs me over the rope. We come back in a Russian chain match. So there you go. That's certainly not, easy peasy kind of match. So it was hardcore. Then after that, he put me in a feud program with Sal Baloma when he did the Wild Man gimmick. And same thing. We would come back after working our match, and Todd was threatening to fire us all the time because we were too violent. But that's what the Philly people wanted. They wanted the blood. They wanted to see the craziness. They wanted to see wrestlers right next to them in the stands. And I'll tell you what, when me and Hot Body used to work with each other, we didn't patty cake, man. We laid everything into each other. We started that trend, plain and simple. And the funny thing is, my last night in ECW, they had changed me over, they were playing with me and Hot Body, put the straps on us, took it off. Johnny left. Johnny came back. Johnny left again. And then they changed my gimmick to the Broad Street Bully, the Flyers gimmick and all that. And it was kind of cool. And they were teasing me with an angle with Axel Rotten. He had his barbed wire bat. And I'm thinking, well, this is great. A barbed wire hockey stick. This is perfect. That never panned out. The last night in the building, I go up to Paul. I said, Paul, what do you got for me? We got nothing for you. I said, you know what, Paul? When Paul took over the book, he came up to me and Johnny Hotbody. He says, as long as I have a job, you guys will always be working here. It's what you guys started is in the direction we're taking it. I took him for his word. I knew Paul. Paul took my first promo shots back in '85. So I knew Paul before he really started his managing stuff. Paul, unfortunately, can't trust. So that last night, I'm talking to Todd in the back, and I was working other shows, for different promoters. And Tommy Dreamer comes up to me. So, oh, Tony, there's some fresh gig marks. I said, Tommy, this is when I bled for this company for nothing. His words, word for word. We have you to thank for all of this. If it wasn't for you, none of us would be here. You laid the groundwork for where we're going. I said, oh, you feel that way, Tommy? He says, everybody does. I says, then do something for me. And he shrugged his shoulders and said, what can I do? That's the business of wrestling. As tight as he was with Paulie. So I had some bitterness with ECW, especially when they grew. But you can't talk ECW without TWA. Now, there are some people who got on the ECW bandwagon later on in the years, in the mid-'90s. They don't get none of that. You got to go back. You got to go back to the people that came before you. It's one thing I was taught in this business. Always respect the guys who came before you, because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be here.
That makes
No,
sense.
absolutely. And we're on the line with Tony Hitman Stetson. He's at TWA One and Done and Rasselcon this weekend. He's actually having his last match against Michael Toglia. Did I say his name right?
Mike Tartaglia.
Tartaglia.
That's a funny story. You know the history with me and him?
No.
So here's my first meeting with Mike. We're doing a show for Joel, and I meet him. He was going to work with me. I was never one for talking backstage. We'll do this, we'll do that, and the business is so exposed. I was brought up the old kayfabe way in '85. So he says, "Oh, I'm working with you. What do you want to do?" I says, "Well, I'll talk to you when we're out there. Just don't worry about it." And I wind up. It's a shame. I look back now. I feel a little bad, but not too bad, especially now what we're going into. And I gave him such an ass kicking to the point where I head first him in a trash can loaded with garbage and all that stuff. Gave him nothing, just beat his ass. You got to pay your dues. I paid my dues breaking. I paid my dues doing WWF TV up in Poughkeepsie back in '85. I always felt a certain way that a guy like, especially young kids today, they'll break in, have no dues paid, and wonder, oh, I need to be a champ. I need this. People like me. Pay your dues, man. Everybody in this business has paid their dues. The Undertaker paid his dues with Bruiser Brody back in the day. I'm sure you guys seen that, and I'm sure you heard him talk about that when he was the Red Texas Red. So anyway, as I got to know Mike, we kind of bonded. So Joel decided he's going to give me him as a tag team partner. We became the Hitmen. Mike was always in shape. I'll give him that. But he didn't have that desire to wrestle like me and Hot Body and Winters and Drake. He was just like standoffish. He didn't like to be too physical. And I used to tell him all the time, I said, Mike, this is no joke. I mean, you got to get a little more physical. He was scared to death of Hot Body. There was a show that I was in his corner, and Hot Body was taking liberties with him left and right, just smacking him around. And this is no joke. This is legit. He comes to the corner. He says, what am I supposed to do? I says, Mike, he's bullying you. Punch him one good stiff shot in the face, and he'll stop. But he wouldn't do that. There have been shows we did together. He would be pacing back and forth. Oh, them guys are too big. They're going to hurt us. I said, Mike, will you stop? It got to the point where he was just annoying. So then fast forward, he brings back this watered down TWA in 2009. And I did a bunch of matches with Glenn Osborne and this and that. But everything was mellowed down. You couldn't bleed. You couldn't do this. You can't do that. And then he wound up opening up a school. I was one of the trainer. I was the trainer at the school. But Mike is a good businessman, but in the ring, I mean, he had mediocre talent. And I warned him in the beginning of this. I said, Mike, if you sign on for this, I said, payback's coming. I says, you drug me down back then, because if Joel didn't give me him as a partner, I would have been continuing to do single stuff. And Drake was the champ at the time. I was having matches with him. So now I told him, I says, flat out, I says, this ain't going to be no walk in the park. I'm not going to go out my last match ever and look like crap. Ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Because it's in that building that's special to me. That's the building Johnny Hotbody found. And that became the ECW arena. So going into the Saturday, as guys say in sports, I'm going to leave it all in the ring. That's it. He's getting everything. And it's not about reversing holds. This is about just bringing back the original violence which what I was known for in 1990-91, bringing it back to Saturday.
So you're waking up choosing violence that day.
100%. I choose violence from the moment I signed on to this. Yeah, I had tucked it away for so long. I needed to come out one more time.
I'm kind of excited for this. I'm not going to lie to you.
And one thing I don't want when people leave that building that night and say, what was the best match? And I got a couple ideas. It's probably going to be like Chris Wilde and Breaker Morant, or Tessa and Samantha. But I don't want anybody to say, "Oh, what was the worst match?" It ain't going to be mine. I'm telling you that from now. People just, it might be a pure beat down, but it's going to be legit and it's going to be for real.
We talk about your time in ECW and TWA, like you and Tony were kind of, not you and Tony, you and Johnny Hotbody were tied to at the hip. You did the hair versus hair, you did your barbed wire matches. Like when you get to ECW and Paulie takes over and it starts to gain some traction, did a lot of people come to you guys like how do we do this? Like Axel Rotten and Ian are having like Taipei death matches.
No, that I think. Well, here's the thing. I'm sorry to cut you off. The thing is, what Ian and Axel's feud, that was supposed to be me and Johnny's feud. When Paulie brought us back the last time, little by little each week, we were kind of having some, disputes with each other. And he says, people are buying into this. When the time is right, I'm going to just split you guys up and you're going to just have a run. Johnny didn't want to wait, or I think Johnny had a big blowout with Paul. So that feud Axel and Ian did was actually me and Johnny's feud. So, and you see what they got out of that. And I respect them guys for doing what they did. Hey, they had an opportunity. They took the ball and ran with it. That's what you got to do.
You hear all the stories about the locker room there. Like, what's the craziest thing you ever saw in that ECW locker room?
When I was there, I used to always pretty much keep to myself. I didn't pay much mind to nobody else. I think the craziness really escalated after I left from the stories I was told. And in a way, I'm thankful because unfortunately I have an addictive personality and I would have slipped right into that nonsense. And who knows? I mean, you see so many stories of guys dying young. I could have been one of them. So in a way, hey, we didn't make the money that we should have with the other guys, but then a lot of them guys got bounced checks anyway. But it is what it is.
When you have an event like this, I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So when you have an event like this, there's a convention and a wrestling show. What part of that day are you looking forward to more? Do you appreciate the interaction with the fans at the convention, or do you more value the stuff that you're going to be doing in the ring?
It's kind of like split. I like that afternoon thing. I'm looking forward to seeing people that used to come to the shows back in the day, people you haven't seen for over 30 years. That's exciting. It's definitely going to be a long day. But then once it comes to time for the show to go on, that's just a whole different level of excitement. But I'm excited for both, actually.
Should have included the after party in that conversation as well.
Yeah, well, I'm actually sober, so
I know. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I knew that. I was just filming.
Yeah. Well, anyway, an after party for anybody with tickets.
You can go watch other people make idiots out of themselves.
Yeah. Oh, I could be around people drinking. It doesn't bother me. It depends how tired my wife is at the time.
And you would, I don't want to repeat, but I think you said Breaker Morant and Chris Wilde. But is that the match you're most looking forward to?
Yeah, that's
out of your own.
There. Here's the thing with this, and Joel said this numerous times. He calls Breaker Morant and Chris Wilde the modern day Drake winners, the modern day Stetson Hotbody. I've seen some of their matches, and they just got this chemistry. They got this aggressiveness. They're going to tear it up. They're definitely going to tear it up. And I respect the both of them. I actually was helpful in breaking in Breaker Morant back in I think it was 2000 when I first met him. And he's a great guy. Chris Wilde's a great guy. I wish them both the best.
It's been a little while since you've been in a wrestling ring, right? Did you miss it?
It's funny. I don't watch nothing. I'll see clips, when you're scrolling social media, it's flooded. I've always missed being in the ring. I'd never missed the nonsense behind the scenes because it's all political stuff. And going back to the original TWA, there was never that in TWA. ECW was a ton of it. But I do miss being in the ring. The ring always felt like home to me.
Is there somebody you're looking forward to the most at seeing this weekend?
Yeah, actually, Tommy Cairo. Tommy Kyra lost his leg a year ago. We've been out of touch, and I got I got utmost respect for Tommy. We had some good matches over the years.
I gotta ask Tony, because we ask all our guests, when we go through this crazy show. And you said at the beginning of the show, you're old, you don't give a shit anymore. When was the last time you shit your pants, Tony?
I think I was 3 months old.
Oh, come on. Really?
Oh, boo.
Now, I'm not talking about like a log. We're talking about a shirt here.
What, in the ring?
No, just in like
anywhere in the ring,
in general. Yeah.
Listen, I may be old, but I got at least control of my bodily functions. Yeah,
but never like thought it was like a fart and really forced it out, and then a little.
No, because if I had that feeling, I make sure I go to the bathroom first, because you never assume.
Yeah, but sometimes it sneaks up on you.
What's that?
Sometimes it sneaks up on you.
Well, I hate to disappoint you guys. I'm good. I'm sorry if I didn't give you the right answer.
Sour grapes.
Basically, we were forcing you to lie about it. Basically, what we were just trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me flip it. Were you ever in the ring with somebody else who did that?
No, thank God, no.
Like Tommy Cairo fucking took an atomic drop and let his fucking dinner out on the canvas?
No, I never had that wonderful opportunity to experience that, and I'm glad I didn't. I mean, I've heard so many horror stories, but yeah, no, I'm good. Never did it, never wrestled anybody that did it.
Any concerns about this weekend?
About doing it? No, I think I'm good.
Stay away from them hot dogs, bro, before you get in the ring.
No, I don't do hot dogs. No, I'm good.
You don't wait. Hold on.
What?
You don't eat hot dogs?
Not regularly. I have to be in a mood. Maybe once a year I'll say I go for a couple hot dogs.
Really?
You think? First of all, anybody who would eat a hot dog before going in the rings got some mental issues. There's certain things you eat and you don't eat before you go to. Like, would you eat a big bowl of chili before you go wrestle? No.
Yeah, he would. 100%.
Yeah. See.
Oh, so probably.
No, I still have enough sense left in my head that I know what to eat, what not to eat.
You got a hot dog spot you like, or are we just talking like?
I'm not a hot dog guy.
Are you like a Philly guy? You do the cheesesteaks?
I'm not a big Philly cheesesteak guy.
You a Taylor ham guy? Sorry, pork roll.
No, okay, boy, I tell you, boy, you're firing me up now.
That'll do it.
Fuck yeah!
No, pork roll. Is that even meat? What is pork roll?
It's pork and it's a roll. I mean, it's like bologna. Is bologna meat?
Yeah.
Like,
What's Spam? Do you eat Spam?
No, I hate Spam. Spam's gross.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. I mean, I like to eat good food.
Yeah, but Taylor ham's delicious. You get a little fried egg on there, a little cheese.
No,
get it on bagels.
If you're going to do any kind of egg and meat, you do steak and eggs. That's not pork roll.
Now, are we talking like a strip steak kind of thing, or are we talking like a cheese steak chopped up like
no, like a sirloin. I mean, if you can afford for breakfast filet and eggs, you can't beat that. But it's not my budget.
What is your go-to meal? Like, what is your favorite meal? Now that we're on this weird train,
my favorite is filet. Unfortunately, it's not often.
Yeah.
My go-to, I'm a big pizza guy. Always like pizza, and you can't go wrong with pizza.
Nope, never.
No.
Where's your spot? Like, if you had to recommend, folks, where's your spot?
There's a couple spots in South Philly. One's called City Pizza, and then there's another place that I haven't been here in years, but they made a comeback called the Pizza Shack. There are a couple good spots. Everybody raves about this new spot, Angelo's. They've been hot and heavy for a couple years now. They're like kind of more towards Center City. Yeah, there's a lot of good pizza spots in Philly.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a pizza spot story in Philly?
Yeah.
One of the first times I went to the ECW arena, you get there fucking early, you wait in line like a fucking dummy out in the fucking cold. I had to take a piss. There's nowhere to piss, so we fucking walk to some pizza joint. And they like go in the basement, like there's a bathroom in the basement. So I went downstairs and I couldn't find a light, so I just fucking pissed all over the fucking place.
Well, at least you pissed, right? That's good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm from North Jersey, so that's how I feel about Philadelphia.
Wow, Bay didn't tell me you guys are going to be busting my balls on this stuff.
They didn't give you a heads up. He gave
No,
the maniac Glenn Osborne and I bust Joe Goodhart had a fucking nasty Phillies jersey hanging up, and I broke his balls about it.
Wow. Yeah. Bay didn't tell me nothing. Then. Wow.
That's fucking
I'll see him in a couple days.
Yeah, I kicked him right in his dick hole. He didn't even give you a warning. Come on, Ben.
Nothing. All he said, he would send me, okay, this is this tonight, this Shining Wizards. I said, and I would just say, okay. Yeah, I have to give a call later tonight. Huh?
You doing a lot of media?
Yeah, I think this is the last one that I'm scheduled to do. I did quite a few.
Forever?
No, guy wants. No. Well, after this, I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I might just move out the country. Yeah, you guys are. Whew. Wow, boy.
You try to have a good time.
Yeah, that's cool.
Trying to have
I should have realized hearing you guys when I was backstage. I'm thinking these guys are friggin' out of their mind. But that's cool.
Well, I saw some of the stuff you did with PW Insider and Mike Johnson and those guys.
Yeah.
So that was a good listen, good read. So
Thanks, appreciate it. See, that was nice.
Yeah, and Double T over here was the last one who actually shit his pants as part of the show.
That is,
Yeah, it was you.
Wow.
The last two, I think.
Yeah, probably the last two.
Oh,
Also, the only one to do his laundry in a porta potty.
Oh yeah.
No. I didn't do my laundry.
That's wow.
He salvaged his shitty underwear in a sink in a porta potty.
I didn't use
And he still has them in rotation in his house.
Wow.
His wife's delicates were in the wash with his fucking
No.
shit.
We don't mix our laundry. We've had
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Wow.
this guy just said that he didn't realize how big a ball buster you were. Then you guys go on about that.
Yeah.
They're not busting
And I'm
his balls, they're
surprised.
busting my balls.
Wait, are you still married?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
I don't think she knows, Tony.
Oh,
I don't
she
think
knows
she
now.
knows.
She
Of
listens.
course she knows. I tell her every time I shit my pants. How is it, baby?
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, so now that's why that's a standard question on the show.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we've got great answers though. We've got fantastic.
Is that like is that a fetish of yours that you
No.
like
Hey,
getting
look,
off on?
Tony above you, the other Tony here. No, he shit his pants on Christmas morning, and he
Twice!
more prouder.
I've shit my pants twice on Christmas morning.
Wow.
Not in the same Christmas either. Different years.
Well, wow.
My last one was 2 years ago. We sat for breakfast. I lifted a cheek. I said, "Ooh, I gotta go to the bathroom."
Yeah, too late, huh?
That's all that
Wow.
pork roll he's eating.
Yeah, the pork roll. That's what it is.
I have some in my fridge right now, actually.
Right? I don't know when Brundo shit his pants, and Handsome Kevin, he's like a perfect angel. He never does anything wrong. You think
Been a
he's
couple
handsome?
of years.
Do you think he earned
He's
the
a very
nickname
handsome
Kevin?
guy.
Really?
Thank you,
Yes.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Bald is beautiful.
How do you feel about socks in the house?
I have socks on my feet now.
So do
Well,
I. Eat a shit,
been nice.
Kevin.
It's been nice, Tony. We'll one and done.
Wow, you cut me off just like that.
Don't listen to him. He's like the newest wizard. He doesn't have no credit. Right
But
now.
Tony, you put deodorant on after you take a shower, right?
Usually, most people do. Yeah.
Not this fucking heathen.
Well, does he not have deodorant?
Nope.
No.
Guy's batting 1,000 right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Yeah,
This always
there's
turns
some
into-
people like that natural scent. They don't
Well,
realize
it
that.
smells like a fucking pile of dog shit.
Yeah, like a wet puppy.
Now let me ask you this,
Write that
Tony.
down, Brundo.
Writing it down.
Because you're not shitting your pants. When you
Right.
do go to the bathroom, though, you definitely close the door when you take a shit, right?
Yeah, that's how I was
standard,
brought
yeah.
up.
Yeah, exactly. It's bathroom etiquette. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some things you just do.
This fucking
Right.
heathen lets the whole house know he's in the fucking grumper.
Wow.
The door right behind you. He'll take a break during the show. Leave the fucking door open.
You can't see the
Nice.
fucking toilet bowl.
We can hear you. Thank God we can't smell
I
you.
worked fucking
Wow.
my whole life to buy a house. If I'm gonna shit with the fucking door open, I'm gonna shit with the door open.
Yeah.
Nobody's home. Who's gonna walk in on me? The cats? Oh no. I come to
Yeah, if
Minnesota,
nobody's home,
shitting with
what
the
the
door
hell?
open, handsome Kevin.
Well, Tony, this has been fantastic.
Yeah, this
Send-
is
send
an
Bay our
eye
love.
opener. Wow. Now I know why he left you guys for last on my podcast list, because I would have never done another one.
Dude threatened to quit doing interviews on our show.
I think you're having fun, Tony.
Yeah, he's having a good
It's
time.
cool. It's cool. I like it.
You want to stay generic, like where did you get started wrestling?
Yeah, where did you train? Who did you come up with?
Is this a legit question?
No.
Oh,
That's what we try to stay away from.
I'm sure Mike
but try to
Johnson
be
can do
different.
all that, but we don't do that shit around here.
all right. But I do have to say I give props to the guy who trained me. I was trained by Bam Bam Bigelow,
Yeah.
There you go.
and he trained me old school way, and that was the best way. I've seen so many guys over the years. Come back from a match, and God forbid a guy like stiffed him a little bit. They'd be like, "Oh, he punched me for real." Dude, come on, dude. This ain't like friggin' badminton.
Right.
Put your
Tony,
big
let
girl
me ask you
panties
this
on and
question.
suck it up.
Right, we were just talking about Bam Bam Bigelow and LT before WrestleMania 11. Did
Mhm.
Bam Bam do an amazing job with LT at WrestleMania 11?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Eat a shit, handsome Kevin.
Right.
I didn't say anything bad
Yeah.
about Bam Bam. I said it was a bad match. LT sucked a dick.
Oh, yeah.
But he carried him as best he could. I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, hey, he got a nice payday for it.
I liked it. I liked it.
I loved it. Being a New
Yeah.
York guy, seeing one of the guys I grew up fucking watching on TV every
Yeah.
Sunday, it was awesome.
You know, it's funny with Bigelow. When after I know you used to try to stay away from standard questions, but I got to say this. So after 3 months of me training, he had his audition for WWF at the time. It was December 9th, 1985. So I'm only training 3 months. So Larry Sharp, that was the school we were at. He says, take a ride up with there, pack your stuff, and just when you're in the locker room, get a feel for what a professional locker room is. Keep your mouth shut, ears open. So as we're driving up, Scotty turns around to me. He says, when they ask who I'm going to work with, I want to work with you. Now I'm a friggin' buck 85. My hair, not quite as blonde. It's kind of like Ronald McDonald orange. It was bad,
Red
man.
Tyler.
It was bad. So we get up there, and they pull Scotty over to the board, and Pat Patterson's there, Freddie Blassie, all the agents. They're asking him who you want to work with. He says, I want to work with Tony. They turn and point. You want to work with that? I wasn't even a him. I was a that. So the coolest thing was, now I've never been in front of a crowd, although I can tell you a story that I did years ago, but it's different kind of wrestling.
Oh, you're not getting out of here without telling that story.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Finish
All
this
right.
story.
All right. Yeah. What the hell? This is a fun kind of interview. So anyway, so when I'm going up, so I go through the door. Now this is Poughkeepsie, New York. They're doing TV taping, so maybe like 3,000-4,000 people. As soon as I walk through the door, they're busting on me about my hair, and it looked bad, man. It was bad. So I wasn't nervous because I'm working with Scotty. So here comes Scotty out. He only had a little bit of flame on the front. And so they're busting on him. So as he gets in the ring, I'm looking across from him. I got to cover my face because I'm starting to laugh because this is just like another night in Monster Factory. So after Scotty kicked my ass all over the place, that was my job. That's what you did back then. That's called paying your dues.
Mm-hmm.
Then once we went back down, then that's when I started working for them. How I knew, I always thought I was kind of shy growing up. So before I got into wrestling, I was in the gym all the time. I just finished playing semi-pro football. I got burned out with that, and I was kind of like, oh, I got to do something. So me and my buddy used to go to this strip joint after we were trained, like on Wednesday nights. So they had this contest or whatever you want to call it, nude wrestling. So
That's a sport.
yeah, it was a sport, all right. So I said, come on, let's check this out. Let's see what it's all about. So we go and watch, and here they get somebody from the audience.
Are you moving out of earshot of your wife?
Well, she knows this story. No, she knows this story. It doesn't. Well, I was with my first wife at the time. This one's my third. So she knows all my history. So two women come out naked, and the dude's got to get naked. So I turned to my buddy. I said, well, come back next week. I'm going to do it. He said, no, you're not. Now I'm in a gym 6 days a week. I'm in shape. So next week we go back. The guy says, "We have any before we even got the word volunteers out, my arm went up. Boom! Come on up. I went up on stage. Now, mind you, there's like 30 or 40 guys in there. They're all perverts. I guess I was a pervert too because I was there. And I just stripped down butt naked. And then these two women came out naked, and we were just rolling around. It wasn't hard. It wasn't a hardcore match.
Nope.
Well,
was there blood the hard way, or was it the easy way?
yeah, it was the hard way. But I figured if I can get up in front of a bunch of people, butt ass naked, wrestling's no big deal, right?
You take any eyes out with that thing?
No, because no, I ain't that well gifted or blessed, but it was cool.
I can't even ask my follow-up Monster Factory question now. Like,
What is this pre-Monster Factory days?
Wow, you can't top that story. Like, what?
That's a good one, ain't it?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I also think it's fascinating that you got the Tony Stetson name because fucking Marvel Mouth Bruno Sammartino couldn't say your last name.
You know that? Yeah, that's right. Matteo. I said, so that's not good. He's a paisan and he's butchering it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise.
And then I was fishing for names, and then that back in the day, Stetson Cologne was big and popular.
Oh.
I never used it because it stunk. And
The
one
guy
day
on the
it
horse.
just said Stetson fits. There you have it.
There you
For real, Bruno couldn't pronounce Jesus.
My last the pronunciation of my last name is Matteo.
Yeah.
He said Matteo. Too many, yeah. Like what is that? I said no.
he put a hyphen right in between it.
Yeah. So that was a wrap. And just to set the record clear, I didn't give myself the nickname Hitman. That was DC Drake gave me that with the NWF. So I'm not one of these guys and tag yourself. That was given to me.
Good. That also answers another question that I had about.
Oh.
I didn't want to look like a fool asking it though, but that's it's huge.
Yeah, and the funny thing was that Don used to run the NWF, and we were doing TV tapings on a Saturday. As of that Friday, I was blonde, and then I realized I got to get rid of this. I had the blonde hair. It was past the Ronald McDonald stage. It was good blonde, but I had a black goatee, and I decided I got to get rid of this. And I buzzed my head that night, the day before the show, when I came in. That's when he told me. He didn't even know I got rid of the blonde hair. He said, your style, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to tag you with the Hitman. I said, that was cool.
That is cool. This has been a lot of fun, Tony. We appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to jump on the show, have a couple laughs with us. If you are in the tri-state area this weekend, get down to the 2300 Arena. Rasselcon is noon to 3:30. Then stay for one and done. The 2300 Arena is beautiful. It's a beautiful.
It is. It really is special.
It's definitely way different than when we were going to the ECW Arena.
Oh, it was a dump.
It'll be a great time. Oh my God, it was a shithole.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tony, anything before we let you go? Do whatever you do on a Monday night.
Well, being as old as I am, what time is it? It's a little after 8. I'm usually in bed in less than an hour. So,
all right,
smart man.
Nah, I'm kidding. I don't
know. These two fucks above you, they go to bed at like fucking 6.
You know what? One thing I'm kind of like disappointed, but not disappointed about the show Saturday. In the beginning, I thought I was going to be the oldest guy wrestling, but I'm not. Because Ricky Morton's 68 and Tommy Rich, I think, is 68. I'm just a mere 66.
Look great.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, you got it.
That's because I'm on my third wife. The third time's the charm. Yeah.
There you go.
I went to the dark side of the street for this one.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, she's Bohemian.
Oh, nice.
Here, you want to hear a funny story? Wait, here's a funny story.
Yes, we do.
While we're just
please.
letting the cat out of the bag. So me and her got married, I was 60, she was 55. So my brother's trying to mock me, well, why would you want to marry him? You're his third wife, blah, 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 trying to be funny. I take the mic, I says, listen, no offense to my 3 kids, but the reason why my first 2 marriages failed was because they were white. And then I hit the standard line. You know what they say? Once you go black, you never go back.
There it is. That's the move.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I appreciate you guys dragging me down to such a low point in my life right now. It's been amazing.
Yeah, we just opened the door. You jumped in with both feet, brother. Come on.
You're right. You suckered me right in.
Come on,
It's all fun, man. Come on.
Yeah, it was cool. It was definitely different. I liked it.
Dude, much respect, man. This was awesome.
I appreciate
Absolutely.
you guys.
Open door policy, brother. Anytime you want to come back, hit us up.
Sounds
Let
good.
us know.
Sounds good. And
Kick
tell
some
that
ass
guy.
this weekend. Yeah.
Tell that guy. Well, the way I'm looking at it, he's on your left. I don't know if he's on your
This
right.
fucking hand job.
Tell
over here.
him to get.
I can hear you. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. Then I'll tell you. Listen, maybe you should invest in like adult diapers.
Why?
Then you don't have to worry about washing anything out. You just throw them away. That's just, an older guy telling a younger guy, give him a little heads up.
Look at this guy.
Why do I want to throw them away?
You want to keep shitty diapers? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Wow.
You gonna wash diapers in a porta potty?
Well, good luck with this guy.
So tell us about the Monster Factory.
The Monster Factory?
Sounds like it's in Double T's drawers.
Oh, no. Wow.
Well, if I didn't shit my pants, then this would be like a boring show.
Well, you can just say I shit my pull-up.
I feel like pull-ups, but I don't shit my pants as often as they're making it seem.
You're making it sound like you do quite often.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
He did say every time I shit my pants.
Wow.
I'm just, there might be somebody watching and listening who shits their pants way more than me.
No.
Oh, there's always somebody. Well,
Oh,
some
he's in the
people
chat.
probably
I
like
see him in
doing
the
that.
chat.
Would you say he sleeps with a cat?
Yeah, he sleeps with the cat
That's
in the
exactly
chat.
what he said.
Oh, I see him in the chat.
Who?
Somebody.
Nope. Not going there.
I am. I'll go there. He's got the yellow logo.
Oh.
You threw me for a loop with that
comment there.
That ain't right.
Oh, that's not right. Well, we're throwing people under the bus.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I think you just made things really weird.
Yeah.
Why?
Are you?
How?
Who's he talking to?
I don't know. Tony, we got to go give him his fucking dementia pills.
Yeah.
Have a fucking fun weekend. Enjoy
Thanks,
yourselves.
guys. Appreciate you guys.
Anytime you want to come back, we'll make sure Double T's not here. We'll have a good
No,
old time.
I hope you
That'd
shoot
be-
your pants Saturday.
Oh, thanks a lot. And, if that happens, I'll save him. And where are you located?
Or I'm North
Morristown.
Jersey. Look, if you shit your pants, tell Bay. We'll do a
A
address.
raffle?
No, you can send them to me. It'd be great.
You guys do
No,
like
I'll sign
a
him for it.
jersey swap of shitty
Yeah,
pants.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it, like in the NFL.
Tony, how are you gonna sign it with like a skewer? Like, what are you gonna do?
Wow, that's a good point.
Like a
Well, I'm hoping
toothpick?
it don't happen. I'm not looking
I hope it
forward to
doesn't
that.
happen either.
You know what? Just to be safe, I'll load up on Imodians all week.
What if you
Yeah.
beat up the Michael dude and make him shit his pants?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
What if you shit in Mike dude's pants?
Well, and that's bizarre.
Don't fucking never forget the final show.
No.
Dude.
That'll be one and done for sure, man.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Yikes.
Tony, have a good night, brother. Be
All right,
well.
guys, take care.
Thanks
Blast.
again,
We'll
Tony.
talk soon, man. Be well. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Tony Hitman Stetson this weekend. TWA, one and done. Rasselcon, be there or be square.
Nice.
Whew. Man,
Fucking evolved
beating.
so quickly.
I liked it.
I had a
It was
great
good
time.
times. No, it was good times.
Oh,
Got a
man.
lot of titles from that interview.
Wet puppy.
Oh man, when he was like, yeah. Didn't we name an episode Bohemian because I thought somebody was Bohemian instead of Bahamian? It was a wrestler, wasn't it?
Could have
It's
been.
one of the recent ones. Well, we're back to bombing again. Here we go. KJG, please fucking save us and give me that old 1, 2, 3.
Back after shits.
We would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in every week to listen to the Shining Wizards. Here are some other ways in which you can support the show. If you shop on Amazon, visit amazon.shiningwizards.com and shop the way you always do. You'll pay the same low prices, and a portion of your purchase will help support the show. If you'd like to buy a Shining Wizards t-shirt,
Visit merch.shiningwizards.com to visit our pro wrestling tee store and select from over a dozen great designs. You can also become a Patreon supporter at patreon.shiningwizards.com, where we offer bonus content, producer credits, special legend shows where you participate in the show, and so much more. Continue to listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts and watch the show live on social media. Don't forget to like, rate, review, and subscribe. Your continued support helps us to keep bringing you the best in professional wrestling podcasting.
It's time for your weekly lineup of shows on the Shining Wizards Network. Start your week with the latest from Gorilla Brain, featuring the year of Duke and Rowe, covering a year's worth of classic wrestling. And the Tots Pod, introducing the world to wrestling figure collecting. Follow up with 30 Screams or Less, a weekly review of horror movies in 30 minutes or less. And the Shining Wizards, where it's wrestling talk and talk about wrestling. The Network Week continues with the Mark Order, your place for everything AEW. And the ROH Revelry, covering everything in the history of Ring of Honor. Later, it's Radioactive Metal, bringing you everything from the world of heavy metal music. And Inconclusive Breakdown, keeping you up to date on everything happening in the world. The Shining Wizards Network is also the home to other great shows, like the Broadcast, your watch-along podcast from Down Under. Turnbuckle Throwbacks, paying homage to the greatest shows in the history of pro wrestling. Wrestling Night in Canada, a focus on wrestling with a north-of-the-border spin. And Going Underground, a show that takes you back through the history of Lucha Underground. Enjoy all of the amazing shows on the Shining Wizards Network, available wherever you listen to podcasts and at shiningwizardsnetwork.com. It's the Shining Wizards Network. Entertainment here.
Wiki.
My man. Well, that special thanks to Tony Stetson, the Hitman. Again, this weekend, 2300 Arena. If you are in the Philadelphia area, check it out. If you're going to AEW for Collision, go through Rasselcon in the afternoon and check that out. And then when you go back to the 2300 Arena for Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor in September, you will see the banner with Tony Stetson's name on it. A couple things before we get back to the wrestling talk. Shout out to SJ and her crew. We now have a Shining Wizards Street team. So you can follow them on the Twitter machine at Wizards Street. It is SJ. It is longtime supporter and friend of the show, Lisa, Hope Division, and Busta Beauty. That's their handles on Twitter. I don't know the other two ladies' names. I apologize, ladies. I should have done a better job preparing for the shout out to you. But we're going to get some merch made. We're going to send it to these ladies, and they are going to just be giving it out at whatever wrestling shows they are attending. And you can follow at Wizard Street for all that information. They're supporting the Wizards. They're supporting the Shining Wizards Network. So please follow them, support them. They love professional wrestling. They support the Wizards. So give them some love. And if you go to at Wizard Street on the Twitter machine, all their Twitter handles, they are there, so you can follow them. So I just want to make sure I got that out of the way before I forgot. And I want to say, I think KJG was right.
What's that?
We come out of WrestleMania, we're all upset. It's not good. Then The Rock sits down and opens his stupid fucking mouth. And he's like, I decided I didn't need to be part of the Cody Rhodes, John Cena story. What the fuck are we doing, fella?
The most bizarro, batshit crazy line of logic or planning that I've ever seen in any walk of life ever, let alone the genre that we cover. It's just unreal how like tone deaf might be the wrong phrase, but like how hypocritical and how awful it sounded and how it made it just seem like he was totally walking everything back. Like it was just mind-boggling what he said on Pat McAfee.
Yeah, and then he did So he says that on the Pat McAfee show, and then Dave LaGreca's, he's completely taken over Don's fucking rant bit, and he's going on social media screaming like a fucking maniac. And then The Rock is like leaving comments like, "Hey, it's all work. It always has been. It always will be." So he's talking at like both sides of his mouth. Like, anytime you want to sit in the meeting with me and Brian Gewirtz and Triple H and John Cena and go over our plans for the future, like, fucking come on, sit with us.
And Dave wasn't having it. He wasn't having that reply. So good on Dave, man.
I don't know how you guys feel about the whole thing, but like, for him to come out and be like, yeah, I didn't feel like I needed to be involved in that. Like, we still don't know why John Cena did what he did, because you went 2 and you did the throat thing.
You wanted Cody Rhodes' soul, but not enough to show up at the biggest show you have all fucking year to try to get it. Like, it makes absolutely zero sense, none whatsoever. And if you try to defend it, I haven't heard anyone do that yet, but I would love to hear somebody try to defend it.
Wait though, because wasn't the whole thing like he wanted Cody's soul? He's got to be Rock's brother, and Cody was like, "No, man, not happening. My soul belongs to the fans," and that's when John turned. Right, so if he's like, "All right, well, I can't get his soul. I'll skip this one."
No, man.
Nothing. All right, just a thought. I hated it too. I just figured I'd try to find something, right? Because if he's like, his soul's already taken, I can't get it. I'll be in Maui. It'll be fine.
Did anybody explain Travis Scott yet too? Like, why the fuck he's out there?
No, The Rock was.
No, The Rock didn't even know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but just because if I give a bike to my neighbor, it doesn't mean someone can't come and still steal the bike from my neighbor. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if he wants the soul, he could still steal it from the fans if he wanted to. Like, it's all hyperbolic and imaginative, but like, it just absolutely made no sense that the whole storyline was based around this man who hadn't shown up, hadn't even been mentioned but one time between Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania, and doesn't even show up at WrestleMania. So, which is probably why we didn't see Austin in the main event, because the only reason why we would have seen Austin in the main event would have been because Rock was there. So,
Austin can't drive anymore, or was he hitting a few in the fucking back?
It's a great question. I mean, you
He's
can't
hitting a few in the front.
You can't front row.
Yeah,
you can't rule out that, but I'm not gonna assume anything.
And he missed the ramp.
That was fucking amazing.
Then I can assume. That's right. I forgot about that. He definitely had some.
And look, man, we were doing the show last week, and Tony was watching Raw, and they came out swinging, man. The John Cena, Randy Orton stuff hit. The stuff at the end of Raw with Heyman and Seth Rollins and Punk and Roman Reigns and fucking Braun Breaker. The Becky Lynch turn, like.
I called that Braun Breaker.
Not to mention, we had great interviews on SmackDown with Cena.
SmackDown was awesome.
Yeah.
SmackDown was Fraxium, looked great. Malachi Black is back.
Yeah.
We got a new US champion. The tag team ladder match was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean they're pumping hard now. Like post.
You think they did? You think they did all this shit to make up for the fucking backlash of WrestleMania?
I think the TLC match was those guys saying like, "Oh, you don't want to put us on Mania? Well, fucking watch this." I'm not saying that that's why they had that great match, but I'm saying it probably played into it a little bit.
Oh, there's probably chips on their shoulders, and there's probably a little spitefulness from them, but that's natural.
I mean, I don't. They probably hear the people complaining about, but I'm sure everything is planned out. We'll know in a couple months when that Netflix show airs, which is weird that they're going to do that.
Has that Stephanie McMahon interview show started airing yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
On ESPN.
It's like 4 weeks in.
Oh, it's in that far already. I know. I just keep seeing clips of her interview with CM Punk. Look, it's interesting. As long as she's not being like that bitch where nobody could fucking get back at her and it seems like she's like taking it seriously. Like it seems like it's pretty enjoyable from what I've seen. Maybe she's the right person for doing interviews like that, you know?
Yeah, the people I one of my friends, she listens, she raves about it, she loves it.
Nice.
So it's just I don't know if I can do another wrestling podcast.
Cancel one of the ones you're listening to.
Well, now I'm back. I'm in on the Inconclusive Breakdown podcast, so that takes a slot right there.
Okay. You don't listen to Tony Schiavone anymore, do you?
Oh God, I haven't listened to a Conrad vehicle in years.
I've been
Conrad vehicle.
tuning in. I started tuning in again recently to Eric Bischoff, just a little bit, not a lot.
A big announcement today from Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, who's the third man, brother?
Hogan's American beer.
Not a bad drink, by the way. Kind of liked it.
What if he does like an NWO like pale ale, like NWO fucking?
Oh, he'd sell the shit out of it for sure.
That's probably what it is.
I mean, look, it's great marketing. Bischoff, Hogan, I just don't know what I have zero interest in whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
It worked out great for TNA.
Whatever it is, it's going to be like not what we expected, and it's going to be like whatever. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
Phone's ringing, dude.
Phone's ringing.
Yeah. That's a landline.
Thanks, Donnie. Yeah, that's like a fucking movie you have to watch like once every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Shit. What else happened in the anything else from the WWE world that we want to? I mean, Stephanie Vacour showed up on Raw. She confronted Io Sky. JD McDonough's back.
That's cool.
Rusev is back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You think Rusev and Malachi are going to make a difference? Rusev was maybe. Malachi just kind of seemed like he was just there.
Like what do you mean by difference? You think they're going to add an extra 100,000 viewers to it because they're back? No, but it'll make the show better.
I thought you were like, are they going to make a difference? Fatu.
What are you going to do? Clean it up.
Fatu makes a difference. Jacob Fatu makes a difference.
Rusev.
Do you think Rusev would clean it up though?
He looks like he's cleaned it up.
Yeah, he does look fantastic.
When he showed up and having the fans chanting Rusev Day, I go back to I wish he would have came back with the whole Rusev Day intro, the whole bit. Obviously, they're not going that way, but yeah, he looked great. I'm interested to see where he goes.
And they changed his music too.
Yeah.
What's his name? His announcer put out on
TNA.
Twitter like right afterwards. He was like, "By the way, I'm free if anybody wants me available."
I don't doubt that happens at all. I would almost lock it in that happens because he's with the working relationship with TNA.
Unless they bring Lana back because she ain't doing fuck all of nothing.
She's got a Legends deal.
Wait, they gave Lana a Legends deal?
That's correct.
Lana she's in the Hall of Fame next year.
I would not be against that. Shut up.
I couldn't remember anything Lana did in WWE other than like the
Bobby Lashley.
And Liv Morgan.
Yeah, and I never got the payoff I was waiting for on that.
New Jersey's own Liv Morgan.
Fuck yeah, Elmwood Park, baby.
201. Motherfuckers.
Mike Peterson asked, great question. What if you shit your pants on Rusev Day?
Well, every day is Rusev Day, so it's already been done.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah.
I feel like it takes away from it if every day is Rusev Day.
Yeah, but that was the gimmick, wasn't it? Wasn't it eventually every day was Rusev
every
Day?
day.
It's a shame they never
drive that home.
Yeah. It's a shame they never put out a calendar where every day literally was Rusev Day.
Fucking amazing.
They would have sold so many of those.
When he started referring to himself in the third person as Rusev Day, I fucking laughed my ass off. So good.
Oh, sorry. I'm writing stuff down. Sorry. Let me ask you guys this.
Oh.
Uncle Dave is floating the idea that possibly you could get a John Cena Travis Scott against Cody Rhodes Bad Bunny match. Are we interested in all in that?
Nope.
You need me.
I mean, I wouldn't. So I have no idea what Travis Scott can or cannot do. No idea.
He can
Got
slap
followers,
someone.
man.
But like, if we're gonna give the benefit of the doubt to Bad Bunny and Logan Paul, and these guys showed up and became like real legit, like super talented dudes in the ring, I can't completely admonish the Travis Scott of it all if he's actually training to be a wrestler. He took that Crossroads better than half the guys on the roster take it. So
But they also haven't explained his involvement either.
fine. But if they are going to build to that, they probably will at some point, you would think.
But you would think they would have explained the Rock John Cena by this point.
Point taken. But if they're going to invest more time in it, at some point they're going to have to do it.
Are they going back to Puerto Rico this year?
Don't think so. They got Paris, they got I think that's it. The only international one they got.
No, they got
is Paris.
Saudi.
Oh yeah, Saudi. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think they would do it there. That'll probably be Goldberg.
Ugh.
That'll probably be Goldberg and Gunther.
Yep.
But yeah, listen, I can't totally write him off. I don't get it. I understand like how popular he is, and I understand how many followers Travis Scott has, and his imprint on social media is 100% there, and it's valid. But I don't know anything about him. But at the same time, I didn't know anything about Bad Bunny or Logan Paul. So we'll see. Nah, I mean, I'd rather see Bad Bunny involved with like Dom Mysterio or something like that. Again, to continue that.
I'd get behind that.
I would like to see none of it.
I'm with Double T.
But the E in WWE stands for entertainment, and you will see it more now than ever.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
No. It's just not my cup of tea.
Cup of double tea.
Yeah, it doesn't bother, but it is what it is. I take the good with the bad. I would love to see the roast of WrestleMania because all the little fucking wet pussies are crying about all the shit that got said. I would love to see that. The roast. I'd laugh a little.
Oh, all the little wet pussies.
It's just everybody's.
Don't write that down, Brendan.
It's like
No,
this
I won't write that down.
unnecessary fucking like this unnecessary. Like, everybody needs to be canceled. I'm offended. Like, do you know what a roast is? Like, stop. Like,
Do you think it's a little weird though that WWE decided to have a roast and they were doing it like behind closed doors and like
because Tony Hinchcliffe has the Kill Tony thing now on Netflix. They're in bed with Netflix. That's the only reason.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
I mean, the TKO group that owns them now had the fucking Tate brothers at the UFC like 2 months ago. You know, the sex trafficking Tate brothers.
Okay.
Like this is the company that fucking owns the WWE now. Like they're gonna do shady weird shit.
Buck Zumhoff's in our chat every week. What's your point?
Well, we don't own Buck Zumhoff though. He's his own man. The state of what prison is he in?
I was gonna say I could find out who does.
The state of Minnesota owns him.
Cell Block B.
There was a pay-per-view last night.
Sure was.
And I ate a fucking bag of shit. Holy guacamole. Not my finest hour. I'm going to put the standings up here. I went from tied for first place all the way to the back of the class. I went 5-5. Everybody else went 8-2. I think everybody except for Handsome Kevin had Tessa to win. I took Leon Slater, which I thought he was going to win, and that finish fucking annoyed the ever-living shit out of me. The fucking they walked that shit back so fucking fast because he hit the mat and he had the belt. Bullshit.
But what are you gonna do if it's not the finish?
I want that win.
If it's not what was supposed to happen, you gotta.
I want that win.
Hardcore Holly, Hardcore Battle Royal WrestleMania. He wasn't supposed to win.
and he didn't, but he also technically, they could argue that like just like in football, he may not have had possession of the belt when the feet hit the ground, hit the mat. So
like, he's lucky he fucking got up to do that spot.
Dude, after what he did off the fucking scaffold.
Bro, there's 6 people down there. Now they couldn't break his fucking fall.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, he fucking face pancaked hard. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. HK, did you happen to see that? Did you happen to catch that online?
I saw the clip of it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Some of the I saw the Moose deal, and my thought was the same as Double T's. I went, that's fucked. That's fucked. He won that match. Shouldn't have never gone that way. And yeah, seeing a mass of humanity and having nobody catch a guy it's just unacceptable. Like, you can't have that. Bunch of wet pussies. Right?
And it's funny because like you see later on in like the Mustafa Ali Santana match, there's like another crazy spot, and all like the security guards and like Scott, like all like his like whatever, are all like literally like touching each other and safely. So like the fact that none of these guys like did one of these like whole like, you know, like put your arms around each other just so you create a barrier. Or
right, it's not like he's jumping off the top turnbuckle. He climbed up to the fucking the top of the trestle. Dude,
this was bad. That was
I saw that Sean Waltman was there. Was there anything leading up, or was that just, hey, he's here now?
No. So yes, there was a little bit.
Okay.
So I think it would have made more sense had JDC been there, but he had travel issues according to what they said on TV. I haven't read or heard anything about that. So like he was there to like counteract the system. And so Moose had to pull double duty. So Moose had the ladder match or the Ultimate X match, and then had to wrestle in the 6-man match with Myers and Edwards against the Rascals and Ace Austin. But because JDC wasn't there, it made a little bit less sense to have Sean Waltman there. But he was led up. It was built to that, and they all had DX tribute gear on. Yeah. It was pretty cool. But it would have made more sense had JDC been there and Moose had been on the outside.
Yeah, I think on the Go Home show they made the call to Waltman, or 2 weeks ago they make the call to Waltman,
and they show the phone and
yeah. I didn't watch this whole thing because time was limited today, but I was
also late to get to order it, so that's my bad.
I watched the Ultimate X match. I watched the Santana Ali match, which I fucking loved. I watched the knockout match. I watched essentially the last 4 matches and the Ultimate X match. Nemeth brothers and the Hardys could have gone either way. I took the Hardys. A couple of us took the Hardys.
Yep.
I didn't.
No, you didn't. And I think
right?
That's a good pick. Yep. Kind of makes sense when you think of how like Nick and Ryan have never. Ryan, I don't think has held a championship anywhere. Did he do anything in AEW?
No. Besides,
cried a lot.
No.
Yeah. So like, I feel like him and Nick Nemeth holding the belts together was kind of just like a pat on, like, all right, we'll do this for you guys. Like, it's fine.
Maybe the Hardys are moving on.
What do you mean?
Maybe they're, the TNA contracts are only like 6 months at a time or so.
No, they're
locked in, or
yeah, they're locked in for at least another.
Oh, okay.
Handsome Kevin, Jeff Hardy, WWE. Can't wait.
Hate it.
I will say this, right? Because I like flip flop with TNA. Like, I watch a couple weeks and I'm like all in, but then like this show, it's like I picked the Hardy Boys because I felt like there's no real challenger to Joe Hendry outside of like Nick Nemeth, maybe Mustafa Ali. But then you see like how heavy they're leaning on NXT.
Yep. So
like to have an NXT guy in the 3-way dance with Frankie Kazarian, who's been there for fucking ever. Like, I don't know. Should this company be making new stars?
But here's the thing, though. They have to bring people in to make them. You know what I mean?
They sold out the place. Like, they didn't just sell it out because you brought in
Ethan Page,
a fatal influence to do the dark match, you know?
Ethan Page. and Joe Hendry's over like Rover, man. So like Joe Hendry could probably sell out a building now by himself as a headliner for
That guy's a fucking jobber, KJG.
Alrighty.
That guy's a fucking loser. Fucking loser. We'll never draw a fucking dime in this business.
KJG's not in the Discord, Tony.
Oh, that's right, KJG. You're spared of all the nonsense.
Is that what people are saying about him?
Oh my God! Oh, he lost! He lost to Randy Orton in 3 minutes at WrestleMania.
Most people can go fucking hand
The
themselves.
motherfucker had a T-shirt. He has a fucking T-shirt that says "Say his name" and he appears at WrestleMania. Like what the fuck? Nope.
Go hand off, you jamokes.
Where Joe Hendry lost to the RKO that knocked Cena out twice now.
Name names, Tony. Name names. Who said it? Can I guess?
Oh, you'll know the answer.
This is
But-
ours.
but it-
Ours initials.
Yeah! It wasn't just that person. But it's on media, dude. All the people crying like, "Oh, Joe Hendry, this and that." That motherfucker went on every radio interview, every fucking podcast, and was like, "This was the greatest thing." How many people pulled me aside, said what a great job it was, what a great moment it was, blah 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 blah.
Bryan Danielson lost in 30 seconds, and it led to the biggest fucking years of his career. It matters what you do afterwards.
But he didn't fucking get jobbed out. He hit some fucking offense. He lost because he made a dumb mistake and he did his stupid fucking pose and he took his eyes off the fucking prize. That's what cost him. That's all.
Never
It
see it
happens
coming.
to bad guys, no matter where they are on the card.
Dude, he arcade John Cena on back-to-back WWE shows. So
Cody Rhodes dropped the fucking title and he got kicked in the balls. Nobody's crying, "Oh, he fucking jobbed." No, he did what babyfaces do. He made a fucking stupid mistake and it cost him.
Yeah.
Tell me where I'm wrong, people.
tell me when I'm telling lies.
But yeah, I don't know. It was like an okay show from what I saw. Like, I'm not gonna go back. I don't care about the Knockouts 4-way tag match. I don't care about the international title. I might check out the 6-man with the System and Company.
Yeah,
that
You
was
know,
fun.
I took Eric Young because I thought like his guys were gonna get involved and screw fucking Steve Macklin over.
You thought wrong, fucker.
Yes, I did.
So the only reason why I didn't take Eric Young is because the title just
Yep.
picked a brand new championship.
And it was the same thing with Moose too, with the story he was involved in. It's like, like they're pushing him, like, no, you got to do better. You got to put it up in the Ultimate X. So they're keeping pushing him. He'll eventually fucking crack, and something will happen.
I will say this about this show. First, Tessa and Masha Slamovich was awesome. Tremendous. A lot of people took a lot of crazy bumps in this match. I mean, in this show. Table, like Kazarian. Did you see Kazarian's table bump? Like all these guys, like, and girls went insanely out of their way to make sure that this show was good because I think the sellout was there. And Matt, going back to what I think we're going to get Trick Williams and Joe Hendry at Under Siege, which I believe is their next show in Toronto.
Like Toronto, right?
Yeah, I believe that's their next big, premium live event, which we get under the $9.99 subscription. So I think that's where they're going with that. And yeah, they are. I do get your point about not creating their own and leading in the NXT. But if you have that, I say run with it. Like have we seen, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. Have we seen
wrong
a TNA or NXT guy have the other brand's belt yet? Have we seen that yet?
No, not yet.
You have not seen that yet. Okay. Brundo, do you know off the top of your head if you have?
No, I can't think of it. Unless it was like a tag title or
Yeah, okay.
No,
we haven't gotten it yet.
All right. Yeah, so I think that's inevitable at some point, but it's just
I mean, look, Joe Hendry
into it.
He was on NXT Tuesday night, right? Like I get it, but at the same time it's like I don't know, man. Like I want to see Mike Santana. Like him and Mustafa had a fucking crazy false count anywhere match.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. They're kind of like super fucking thin. They like signed Indy Hardwell to add her to the women's division, which is kind of already stacked. So like, I don't know, man. It's just weird. It was a weird pay-per-view for me. Like I didn't feel like I watched it and I was like, all right, like it was okay.
I don't know. I thought it was actually really good. Like, but I'm a TNA mark, so that's probably why.
No, look, again, I fucking flip flop on TNA, and I'm kind of like tired of Trick.
Whoop that.
Why does Trick get to fucking I'll kill Booker T?
Oh God, yeah. Talk about a fucking
man.
I can't believe we almost went 2 hours without getting fucking Booker G.
Booker G. I love it.
I like it. Yeah, man.
We're not, I know AEW is not the most popular thing amongst some of the people on the show, but is there anything from AEW anybody wants to talk about? Because we didn't really talk about AEW last week.
Hologram defeated Max Caster? How did I not know this?
Bro, Collision was not good. Look, I watched.
Oh, Roosh is back?
Yeah, but I don't know in what, Tony, we're like simpatico here, brother. It was, and I'm sure they did a great number because it was coming right out of the basketball game. I'm sure they plastered the fucking shit all over the basketball game. The opening segment with Swerve was good, where the Bucks come out, they're gonna fuck them over. They send out Blake Christian, fine match, but then I don't know, man. They just the Crew and Top Fight. I just don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about middle of the card tag teams that aren't doing anything. I feel this feud has been going on for fucking ever.
This is why I just listen to Mark Order. I get my shit and I get aggravated without actually having to watch it.
I like Tony Storm and Queen Amanada too. That was a good eliminator woman.
How do we feel about...
Go ahead, KGG.
Sorry. How do we feel about Josh Alexander and the Don Callis family?
I love it.
Yeah,
love it.
That's Dynamite stuff. Dynamite, I thought was a fantastic show.
Right.
Why is
Dynamite
Don Callis family
fucking
still a
great.
thing? Why is his family still a thing? Why is it still a thing?
Why?
All he does is try to stab motherfuckers with a screwdriver. Somebody's in one day, somebody's not in the next day. Who gives a fuck?
Well, what do you do with a screwdriver, Tony?
Here's
a better question. What would JJ Rogue do with a screwdriver?
He put it back in his toolbox because he don't need that shit.
Stab the shit out of a gym teacher. That's what he would do.
Only with his prick.
And why did we? Why is Adam Cole and Company now the Paragon?
That's right.
Fuck! Why do you care?
Because the Kingdom is now back in Ring of Honor with the Righteous and the Premier Athletes and
Yeah, how that flew right under the fucking radar too. When we had Joel Goodhart on this show, they had booked a Ring of Honor pay-per-view in Atlantic City, and then last week they were like, fooled you. We're just gonna move it. We're gonna move one of them to Double or Nothing weekend. We're gonna move another to September because we have no fucking idea what we're doing with Ring of Honor.
What's gonna be more successful, Ring of Honor or AAA?
AAA.
100%.
You think we're gonna get fucking Jimmy Uso as the fucking AAA mega champion in 6 months?
No, it's better than fucking Del Rio.
How do you say yeet in Spanish?
El Yita.
I think it might just be yeet.
Yeah, it's just yeet.
Yeet Universal.
I mean, I enjoyed Dynamite more than I enjoyed Collision.
Ooh, I got an idea.
Okay.
All right.
January 1st, making his AAA debut, Juan Cena.
Teaming with El Grande Americano. Whatever.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh my god. And fucking they're managed by Captain America. Fucking Captain America. Mr. America. Captain America.
No, Captain America is better.
It takes Juan to see Juan.
Stokely Hathaway with FTR?
No.
No. I like Stoke, but I don't know how he fits with FTR.
He doesn't.
I'm willing to give it a chance.
Nope, don't do it, Brundo.
I didn't like how
I
they
gave Tony
introduced
a
it.
chance.
Did she say another fucking dirty limerick this week?
No, she didn't say another dirty limerick. You fucking prude. We're just talking about Tony Stetson wrestling naked in a bar and how often he shits his pants. And you want to complain about Tony Storm and her lyrical rhymes?
Yeah.
You put a Tribe Called Quest album.
Tony Stetson getting naked in front of two women is part of the fucking story. What does Tony Storm telling us about a man from Nantucket have to do with anything?
Maybe somebody should book Tony Storm versus Tony Stetson.
Naked.
And
Of course.
All in.
Duh.
So's he.
Yeet.
I do have one thing I need to bring up.
All right.
Any excitement over Alexander Hammerstone showing up at the Crockett Cup this year?
I will tell you what. I tweeted it out before the show started too. Natty cut a fucking promo that was amazing. I'm kind of a little interested in the Crockett Cup.
I am too, man. Her against Kenzie Page is going to be fucking fire, dude.
Yeah, they've
Make
been
sure
doing
you
like
watch Make sure you watch the TV in 4 months.
Well, that's what I mean. Are they going to air the Crockett Cup like fucking next June? Like what? Like, or is this going to be something that they're going to say, "Hey, this just happened"?
That's a great question. I didn't even
Can we
bother.
pick the Crockett Cup?
No.
That's the one
only-
we never picked that one. I remember.
We only picked Sam Hine.
Fine.
Brundo,
Yeah,
now you were a wizard, but a couple years ago we did
Oh, we
pick the
did?
Crockett Cup. Yeah.
The one year I did it, we didn't pick it because they didn't announce any of the matches.
Yeah, and we already agreed at the beginning of the year if we're doing picks again, we're only picking AEW, not Ring of Honor, WWE, NXT, TNA.
And Sam Hine.
No,
Des Moines.
no Sam Wine, no New Japan, no MLW, but just those.
But I'm gonna pick New Hayabusa to win every match ever from
No, I want to pick
now
someone.
for the rest of the year.
He's
For
1
the
and
rest
0.
of the year.
Who the fuck? Wait, hold on. What?
You didn't see that? Yeah.
You
there's
didn't
a
see
new-
this? There's a new Hayabusa,
No.
Wait. Where?
and I think New
Zero
Japan
1.
0-1.
Zero
Oh,
one.
0-1's
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
He defeated Tanaka.
Masato Tanaka.
Hello, Tanaka.
Masato Tanaka.
Pat
Pat
Tanaka.
Tanaka.
Let's see if I can
Pat
find it.
Tanaka.
0-1, bringing back Hayabusa character with new wrestler. This happened in January.
Oh, it did?
But
Oh, no,
He
the
just
debut.
debuted.
The debut was yesterday.
But Hayabusa died. Like, how do you fucking... We're not talking like new Diesel and new Razor here. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking like replacing a Tiger Mask with Tiger Mask 2. The fucking guy who was synonymous with the character died.
Yeah, but I think they call him. I don't know if they actually call him Hayabusa or if it's
Alive
new Hayabusa. Okay.
Live Abusa?
Brundo, write that down. I'm kidding. I just, everybody says it to you at some point. Let's see. What's for Masato Tanaka's Twitter? Masato.
It's probably
Who's on Twitter?
Tanaka Masato.
No, it's Masato_Dangan01. Let's see. Here.
Dangan?
Dangan.
Masatos?
Just hanging
That's
and
like a
banging.
shitty fan cam. Oh no, that's just somebody dancing in a bar. Never mind.
Are you sure it's really him and it's not just like some fucking fan page?
Yeah, dude, it's all in
Yeah.
fucking Japanese. Here's pictures of this fucking Hayabusa.
Does it look like him?
I mean, he wears a mask, Tony.
Yeah, he's got the hair and the red pants and the whole 9 yards. Oh, boy, I'm gonna have to find this now. I'm gonna have to watch this.
Did anyone say Hayanusa yet?
He didn't hang himself.
No, but he meant... Good one, Tony.
Write that one down now.
New Hayabusa. How did I miss this today?
I thought you'd be all over it. I thought you would have led with it.
I don't really know much about 0-1, to be honest with you.
It was pretty popular in the early 2000s, but then just fell off. I think when Hashimoto died, it fell off.
Like, I know more about the stupid tweet over the weekend, who would win 100 dudes or one gorilla. I know more about that than I do New Hayabusa.
There was another return announced today too for new reality wrestling.
Oh,
Booker
do
T's
tell.
wife, Queen Sharmell, is stepping back in the ring.
Shamrow.
No, Shamrow was the
Ken Shamrow.
Yeah, there we go. Shamwell,
Champlain. Champlain.
Champagne.
Now, is there a way we can watch the Crockett Cup, or do you actually have to go to Philadelphia?
I don't fucking know.
See what the NWA Twitter says. I highly recommend the Natty promo today. And I retweeted and I said, this is fucking amazing. And whoever runs her account hit that little heart.
I think
Maybe it was her, bro. Yeah.
Oh, it was fucking, dude, it was awesome. All right, let's see. Last Tuesday at 6:05.
DJ runs it.
I think maybe that Jenny might run something, maybe.
Oh, fucking JR loves Jenny. Oof.
I got no argument. No quarrels there.
No, me either. Jenny's great. Yeah, Hammerstone. There's no way that doesn't tell me how I can watch it. Tony, can you reach out to Billy, please, for the love of God?
I'm on it.
That's William Patrick to you.
Get your live tickets now. NWA. How much do you think it costs to get a ticket to the 2300 Arena for this show?
$17.
For which show? Bay show?
No, the Crockett Cup.
Oh, the Crockett Cup? Probably 30 GA, 50 ringside.
All right. Well, you go to their website and then they redirect you to a different fucking website.
Eventbrite.
Ringside.
Oh no.
Ringside 66 bones.
That ain't bad.
That's not
General GA 20 bones.
Wow.
Reserve seating $30. And premium is $50.
Premium wear.
It looks like all the first rows are sold out.
That's all they ever sell out.
Oh, no,
Wait.
there's one premium seat left
Get it.
in row 2. I am not going. I think, was it the 17th? Was that Mother's Day?
Phil's got a ticket for you. No, it can't be Mother's Day.
The 11th is Mother's Day, I believe.
I'm working. I know I'm already working. I've already committed to work. It's the summer now. Like April's over. It's time to be busy. Matt's gonna be busy.
Say the summer's over.
Summer's just beginning. Whatever. Might as well be fucking over. You know what I was saying. You guys know. You know the gibberish that falls out of my fucking face.
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Ring this Tuesday night. Eddie Gilbert. Last week was my favorite guy, Superstar Billy Graham. And it essentially just I don't know if everybody watched it. They kind of tried to make you feel sorry for him for being a fucking dildo, and I don't feel sorry for him. He was a shithead father to his fucking kids. They even said
Boy,
it.
was he ever.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the senior. I don't know if his middle name was fucking Kennedy.
It's not.
Jay.
All right, fucking
Jennedy.
Jennedy. Vincent, shit on your head, Kennedy.
Jennedy!
Dad McMahon was very clear with him. When you beat Bruno, you will have the title till this date. And they showed the footage. Can you believe fucking Bob Backlund beat him with a fucking atomic drop? Are you fucking kidding me?
He beat everybody with Atomic Drop back then.
Oh, what
That
a
was his
hunk
finish.
of shit. What a hunk of shit.
Bobby B.
And then they were like, after he wasn't world champion, he fucking self-destructed and he like left wrestling and started a fucking landscaping business in Arizona. And he did a bunch of steroids. And he came back as a karate master.
They show him getting his surgery on fucking Saturday morning television.
No, but they showed him with the fucking his foot up in the cast with the fucking pin sticking out the bottom of it.
Oof.
I don't know. I didn't like it.
You know what I wanted to ask Tony Stetson about?
Yeah.
Jimmy Jannetty. Can anyone shed any light on Jimmy Jannetty to me? In Tri-State in ECW?
He was an indie wrestler. No relation to Marty.
Was his gimmick like the same? Like, did he come out as like a rocker?
He looked like a Philadelphia dirtbag.
All right, never mind then.
I found a picture of him.
Carry on with Billy.
Yeah,
Graham.
like this picture of Jimmy Jannetty. He has purple trunks on, smiley face shirt with a bullet hole in the middle and blood coming out of it. And he's holding a
had that
championship belt.
It's an early 90s fucking Hot Topic shirt.
Yeah, he was ranked 368 and 430 in the 91 and 92 PWI 500s.
All right, Billy Graham.
And that was Billy Graham.
I don't know how. Brundo, I know you watched it. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
said
didn't-
fuck Billy Graham, and my disdain for Billy Graham is because he tried to get touchy feely with my wife.
That's right.
My wife.
That's fair. I mean, I like the beginning of it. I always like wrestling history and stuff from the 70s, but as you learn more about him, you realize what a piece of shit he is. You realize it from his own kid that he never talked to, so fuck him.
Yeah, like his daughter had to watch him break up his first marriage because she was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of her own fault. You shouldn't be snooping and hiding behind the fucking couch while your parents are having a conversation. But
Yeah, go eat an Eskimo pie, kid.
go to fucking bed.
Maybe he was going to eat a
Afford one
cream
after
pie.
that.
Thanks.
It wasn't a very enjoyable episode of Dark Side of the Ring. Like it was one of those things where I don't think that I learned anything new at all. It was just more of here's the guy, he did this shitty to his family, now he's dead. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't really anything to sink your teeth into on this one.
Right, and what did they who was that? Oh, and of course it was they brought up the feud with the Hulkster. The Hulkster went on Arsenio Hall and was like kind of dismissed who Billy Graham was. Like he was some guy in the 70s. He never really did anything, and that's when Billy Graham got really upset and showed the fucking stupid Donahue clip of Vince and dumb Dave Meltzer and
What a fucking mullet.
oh, fucking when wrestling was on fucking Phil Donahue and Sally Jesse Raphael. Did you ever go back and watch some of those?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Well, when Barry O's like talking about how like Terry Garvin is like fucking trying to rape him in the car and the fucking crowd is laughing. They're like laughing.
They were all on at once. It was like Vince, Meltzer, Bruno, like and fucking the Richard Bay show. He had the shit. He had Dr. D.
Sit down.
Yeah, and he had who was the jobber they? Yeah, the jobber they were fucking with. He was in the crowd. What's his name was on there? Captain Lou. They used to fucking do that shit all the time.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, fascinating stuff.
Definitely
Fascinating. But I'm excited for Eddie Gilbert tomorrow night. That should be a good one.
Yep.
I'm interested to see it because I know they got Doug for it. Doug will be on the Shining Wizards in June.
Hell yeah.
Doug Gilbert, June 23rd.
23rd. Yeah.
Wasn't Doug Gilbert the reason why fucking Jerry Lawler's promotion was taken off of TV?
Why don't you ask him?
I thought it was Jerry Lawler diddling kids.
No, well, he went on TV and he said that, and the fucking promotion wound up getting yanked off the air because the television network shoot him out over it.
Is that Doug Gilbert or was that?
What? It was Doug Gilbert. I'm almost positive it was Doug Gilbert.
Oh fuck! I know this.
Oh fuck! I know who you're trying to think of.
Terry Funk.
No,
Yes.
it wasn't Terry Funk.
He did have an interview where he called him baby banger over and over again.
Yes.
Yeah. You're a baby banger. He put that one in his book.
Yeah, the baby banger. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe, but there
It was
was
Doug Gilbert, Tommy Rich.
Wildfire.
Yep.
Now they got a podcast where they could talk about it.
What did he say?
Oh, I found the video. Let me see.
No, I said they could talk about it. He didn't say that they did talk about it. Right?
Now I want to know why they got kicked off.
Because he fucking called Jerry Lawler like a fucking child molester or some
But
shit.
Terry Funk called him a baby banger.
That might have been later though. I think that was in the 2000s.
Oh, that was like
They had like a reunion show in Memphis.
Yeah, it was
A Burt Prentice show, I think.
See, Randy, I start saying something against that I shouldn't about you running around smoking crack talking about Dave Brown. He's going, oh, it's true. It's true. And Randy Hill's just confessed. And he goes into more shit. I'll say it now. Jerry Lawler, I'm going to stick my fist in your mouth. Well, come on, Dave. Ain't that corny? I've said, ha. You know I'm Doug Gilbert. And Jerry Lawler, you raped a 13-year-old girl. Ha, ha.
Oh, shit. All right. Yeah, that'll get you. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
All right,
Yep.
we can talk to Doug Gilbert about that.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't want to talk about it.
He fucking said it, bro.
That was October 23rd, 1999. Power Pro Wrestling, Memphis.
Wow, 1999.
Yep.
Yikes, dog. I'm excited for the Eddie Gilbert one. I want to see if they got Missy for it too.
Talking about Spellbinder, if he wasn't on steroids. Oh, this is Tommy Rich. He said, boy, you'd weigh about 110 pounds. Bro, this promo's fire. You got to check it out.
Power Pro Wrestling. Huh? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in. I'm all in.
Well, shucky ducky.
Shucky Dougie Quack Quack. You know what else I was all in on? Oh,
Homework?
yes.
Hey, no Polacco watch this week, or did he finally do?
It's a great question, T-Donk.
I really don't give a shit. I want to get into homework.
Quick. We don't need to play the thing. I'll just look. Let's see. He hasn't tweeted since last Tuesday. Taking all bookings for all podcast wrestling sign. This is an appearance. DM me here, please. Like and share. God bless. Now we got God involved.
God bless.
Yeah.
He always was a man of the fucking cloth, whatever.
He also spelled message me here, and here is like, do you
H-E-A-R?
Yeah, do you hear what I hear?
Probably mixes up his your and your.
Hello.
Give me that banner. Please make my life easy. I appreciate it. Brundo. Coming off of Tony's compare and contrast episode last week, you dropped us a double dip.
Yeah.
You took us back to Slamboree 98. We alluded to it earlier. Please let the crew know why you gave us this for homework.
So I never really watched the Battle Royal, but I've always seen the reaction from the fans when Dean Malenko takes off the mask and how insane they went. And I remember it being a fun match, but so I figured, what the hell, watch something fun that the fans are excited about. So, go with this one. And it was a fucking blast to watch. Like from the start, when Jericho comes out to introduce all the Mexicans and just, oh man, it was fucking great.
And Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
Who did he say look the most like Lou Ferrigno?
Lou Ferrigno.
El Dandy.
And El Dandy.
Swinger. Singer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chavo from El Paso, Mexico.
Billy Kidman, I have cortisone in the back for you.
Calamine lotion.
Calamine,
Yeah, Damien can't afford a mask.
Yeah.
That's like the best one.
Yeah.
That or when Silver King gets to be upgraded. Yeah.
Golden King.
10 more matches to become Golden King.
Oh God, fucking Jericho.
Yeah.
Funny fucking stuff.
Heenan was
representing
Viano's
1 through 64. Viano number 4.
0 and 10 chance.
Yeah. Evan Rage. It's like, who are we kidding?
Yeah, Heenan was on fire for this. It was a short 8.5 minute gimmick, and I love the fucking ending.
Do you guys know who that fat blue luchador guy
El Grillo.
was? El Grillo?
The cricket. Yeah. The biggest fucking cricket you've ever seen.
Jesus. Yeah, he was.
So like the cruiserweight division was like the X division. No weight limits. No limits. Because you have El Grillo and Villano 4, Silver King, and El Dandy. All in this, and Johnny Swinger too. He's a big boy.
I mean, it was 235. They were.
Was this before
close.
Or after Johnny Swinger and ECW?
This was before.
So yes.
Wait, 235 was the cutoff for cruiserweights?
225 was.
No, 225 was lightweight. I believe 235 was WCW cruiserweights.
225, Brundo.
Are you sure?
For the cruiserweight.
In professional boxing, the heavyweight class typically includes boxers who weigh 201 pounds or more.
It's a good thing our homework was about boxing.
That's boxing, Tony.
But 235 fucking pounds?
No, it's 225.
Even 225. What was Macho Man Randy Savage's weight? Was he a fucking cruiserweight to you?
246.
If they threw him in there, I don't know if I would object.
You think Marty Jannetty was even fucking 225?
In 1998, he was like 160.
I'll eat crow too. I looked it up. It was 225.
How about fucking Johnny Swinger at 26 matches in WCW in 1998?
Probably a lot of worldwide, I would guess, or Power.
Power.
Yeah.
27 matches in 98. A lot of Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tune in for the Johnny Swinger Barry Darso match.
Was it hole in one Darso, or was he just
Probably
going by
was.
Barry?
He was just Barry, according to Cage Match. Listen to this.
Red
Kenny
Bull.
Chaos defeats Johnny Swinger. Johnny Swinger, Barry Darso. Vincent Johnny Swinger. Best 1 minute and 9 seconds of your life. Oh, he even made it on the Thunder to lose to Alex Wright. Another rematch against Vincent. Fit Finley, Norman Smiley, the Cat. Wolf.
Does Vincent go over twice on Swinger?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not jobbing a Swinger.
No, they gotta have a rubber match soon, dude.
High Voltage beat the tag team of Johnny Swinger and Len Denton.
Are you surprised?
Len Denton?
The fucking grappler? Yes, I
Grappler?
guess.
Jesus Christ.
Johnny Swinger beat Sumo Fuji,
Huh.
who was just
I put on a bit of weight, son.
he was Strong Machine F, if that means anything to you.
Strong Machine F.
It means everything to me.
What happened to A through E?
I don't know.
He ate him.
Fucking Jerry Flynn got a win over Johnny Swinger, but Johnny Swinger did beat Tokyo Magnum.
Ooh, that's a big win.
Bill Goldberg beat Johnny Swinger in 15 seconds.
Of course he did.
Johnny Swinger. Wow, a lot of Johnny Swinger in 98 and 99 and 97. What the fuck? He had 31 matches in 1997 in WCW.
Do you not know that Johnny Swinger was in WCW at all, or do you just not know that?
I didn't realize it was this much.
Okay.
Was he a power plant guy, or
I don't know. I don't know if he was or not. He probably was like an indie guy that they just brought.
yeah,
Brought in.
local Atlanta
Yeah.
guy probably.
Maybe. But it was
Handsome Kevin, I'll ask you, brother.
Brother.
What did you think of the homework?
Brother.
For the most part, I enjoyed it. Tony Schiavone at one point started to he used rib, which at that point definitely was more inside than outside. And I went, come on, Tony, don't be doing that. That KJG is shaking his head like I'm being a naughty boy. I'm not being a naughty boy. He asked my opinion.
Did you catch
match-
when he said pinfalls counted?
Yeah.
And nobody went for a fucking
No,
pinfall.
no.
Oh no, that's not true. Near the end of the match, somebody went for a fucking pinfall, and stupid
Did they?
fucking what's his name didn't even notice it.
Oh, no.
Sure
The,
did. It was the only time, and of course, the referee who was in the ring for the only reason to count a fucking pin didn't even do his job. Oh, by the way, aside from Jericho at the beginning, I hated all of this shit. I hated
Get out
everything
of here,
about
really?
Fucking hated it. Hated the whole match. Hated the spots in the match. Hated Juventud walking out. Hated the fucking 25,000 minutes that the fucking match went between Malenko and Jericho. That shit should have been over and done quick. Jericho loses by surprise. Fuck this and fuck WCW during this show.
nice.
I hated this whole fucking thing.
Really?
I didn't mind
Yes.
the battle royal. I liked the battle royal. Hoovy waited way too long. They waited way too long to do that handshake, and I'm out of the ring spot.
Why did they even do that shit?
The crowd died down for that. It was kind of strange. And then the unveiling was cool.
So,
Dean did not sink in a good cloverleaf for the finish of that match.
He
so.
should have won this shit in like
When he-
fucking 2 minutes.
When he
Should have
pulled
been
him back
quicker.
out, it got better.
Yeah,
I will say.
and so
Yeah.
I think the delay in terms of the handshake and leaving, I think like they tried to play it off like Juventud wasn't exactly sure, but then kind of figured it out. Like it wasn't like a planned thing, like where Juventud knew Dean was under there. They
Dean, how do I know, man?
You just kind of like they kind of got there eventually, and like once Juventud like once it clicked, like he was like, all right, I understand. But I'll tell you what was weird. That Juventud stayed out there for the whole fucking match.
It was his cheerleader, yeah.
Before we move on to the match, just for funsies, El Grillo, Cyclope.
Go fucking figure.
No way. I don't believe that
Yes.
at all.
100%.
Di Malenko had the exact same build as Cyclope. That dude was fucking fat.
That's fucking Cyclope, bro. That he wrestled. That's
Maybe
Cyclope.
not there though. I can't imagine because Cyclope. I remember Cyclope like.
I'm
there's
looking
no
at
way
his
that was
cage
Cyclope.
match, and he is Cyclope in every other listing except for that Battle Royal.
And he put on some LBs for this one to
Or
maybe
he had just
maybe it was on purpose to
baggy,
make him look different.
Yeah, he maybe had some baggy ass fucking gear at Secret
5'9", 207.
Dude, El Grillo was not 207.
He was a cruiserweight, bro. He had to be 207.
Gotta make the limit.
He was the biggest dude in the fucking match.
I'm just telling you what cage match has it as, man.
I know, I got you. I ain't throwing shade at you, bro.
Jericho should have came to the ring, getting ready to face Cyclope, talking shit that this was going to be an easy night for him. And then when he turns around to the crowd, take the fucking mask off. And when he turns around, bam, 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 Cloverleaf done.
Brundo,
I was watching this and I'm like, Brundo, why did you do this to me? That was the fucking first thing that went through my head.
Wow.
Why did you do this to me? After everything I've given you, why?
After everything that you've given us.
It's like Judas, like he forsook me.
Brundo, since you were the one that assigned this,
did
it bother you? Because it bothered me that none of the wrestlers as Jericho. Okay. You go.
Right down, he forsook me.
Did it bother you that like none of the wrestlers reacted at all to Jericho's blatant insults of them as they were coming down to the ring? Like to me, like
yeah,
like why even like
I would have liked them to like turn back. Yeah, turn back and be like, you know, fuck you or something like that.
Yeah, to give him a chance
Especially
to go,
like
hey, stop
Hoovy
it, Junior.
A few of these guys did feud with him, like Hoovy, I think Guerrero maybe a little bit, but
that bothered me a little bit.
Why would Juventud give up a chance at the fucking championship?
Because of the story with Dean, how
gives a shit. Sorry, Dean, you suck.
Did you hear that pop? And how live they were for the entire second part of this segment? The entire part of it.
No, I think you watched something different than I did.
You're a cuckoo bird.
No, they popped for the reveal, but after that, dude, one of those fucking WCW.
Dean Malenko's offense, they were all over his offense.
Yeah, they were in for it.
The match went way too fucking long.
So this is based off of that weird uncensored 98 promo where Dean loses to Jericho and Mean Gene gets in the ring and just asks him, like, what's next? And he's like, I'm just going to go home. And that's the last you see of Dean Malenko from March until Slamboree.
And Jericho, so
that's why it was exciting. And Jericho was running roughshod all over the fucking cruiserweight division. He was beating everybody. He was embarrassing people. Like as up his brother, standalone match, like the standalone match like that we watched. Like I don't know if it's gonna make it better for you, but there's a little more context if you like. I'm looking it up now. I enjoyed it for what it was. Like you guys said, the crowd went nuts when he fucking took off his gimmick.
Anybody see the Jericho sign in the crowd? No. Big in the corner.
Jericho
sucks dick.
Yeah, I did see that.
They left that in.
That's back when you can get signs like that in. Nobody's checking signs in WCW 1998.
I remember they wouldn't let me bring in a Chris Benoit sign I made because it had staples in it.
They knew.
They took my John Cena sucks sign away when I went to SmackDown years ago. And that fucker got on TV like 10 times.
Anyway, but no, Tony, I think I can't like judge you for your opinion on it.
You can judge him because he judges us every time he.
Yeah, it's true. You can judge me. Look, man, this should have been
judge.
This should have been Honky Tonk Man, Ultimate Warrior, fucking element of surprise, bam, 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 done. Dean Malenko's back on top. Fuck you, Jericho.
But all right, so let me play devil's advocate for that because I do see your merit in that. I do see your point in that. But like, what if like, all right, well, he is still a champion. He still has to like, he earned that championship for a reason. He's good at what he does. Like, why not make it a little more dramatic
because then Jericho could have been the crybaby bitch that he's fucking built to be, going, this was unfair. I wasn't gonna wrestle Dean. It was Cyclope, damn it. You know, like it played that shit up.
Didn't they do that? I think they may have done that anyway.
Yeah, but it would have made so much more sense.
I'm almost certain, like the next night on Nitro, they made him give back the belt.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Cyclope won.
I remember something like that happening.
I'll tell you what bothered me about it is when Juventud and Dean are face to face and he hasn't unmasked yet, you can see Hoovy looking past Dean to see where Jericho is. Because as soon as Hoovy jumps out and he unmasks, like it's a tight shot, and then it widens out, and there's already a referee in the ring, and Jericho's in the ring.
Maybe Jericho missed his cue, drinking that coffee backstage.
Well, the referee had to be in the ring because the match was going to start right after.
Yeah.
Bro, this is what they did. They made Jericho vacate on Thunder. Like, it looks like a month later.
But
and then Chris Jericho won the fucking belt back by disqualification 3 days later at the Great American Bash.
Wait. They made Chris Jericho?
No, they made Dean Malenko.
Okay.
They made Dean Malenko fucking surrender the title because he didn't earn the title shot. Cyclope earned the title shot. What are we doing?
Oh, it's like when the
This is AEW in 1997.
I knew you were going to say that.
This is why I get aggravated with the shit that goes on Wednesdays.
1998.
Whatever.
Listen, Tony Khan is following that EB footprint, man.
Oh my God, he's probably fucking writing all this shit down as he listens. This would be great fucking booking for your Ring of Honor titles.
Get it?
Sorry, Brundo. Hard pass on this one for me, brother. You guys love it. God bless.
I enjoyed it. Look, it was an easy watch. It flowed. The crowd was. Yeah, the crowd was
fucking insane into it.
I will say this though. There's no reason to add other ways to get eliminated from a battle royal other than getting thrown over the top rope.
And nobody did it, dude.
There's no reason. You had a couple guys slide under. They're like, as long as 2 feet hit the floor, and World War III kind of did this too, HK. There's no reason to add other stipulations other than getting thrown over the top rope. You can make that work. That's it.
Nick Patrick stood there with his fucking dick in his hand while there was a pin going on fucking 2 feet to his right.
I hate
Watch it. It's near the end. It's near the end of the
battle ring.
There's no referees ever in a battle royal.
In the ring. I hate it.
He had one fucking job. There was one attempted pin.
He says shitty ref.
Fucking missed it. Was he already bought off at this point, or was he already done with the NWO?
Yeah, he was bought off in '96.
Yeah, he's back.
I think he was. I think he was done with the NWO at that point.
He's Dub.
Dub.
I will tell you, I've been watching a lot of that 1982 stuff. Bro, those old referees are so fucking bad. Like they're like not like old, like they're old. They're fucking like 60 years old. It takes them forever to get into position. Like the fucking counts are not like no one's consistent. Oh,
they're only ever consistent when it's the actual pinfall. WWF referees were good for that. They'd be slow as fuck for everything, but when the finish came, 1, 2, 3, ring the bell.
Is Bronco still a ref in WCCW when you're watching?
Yes, he's so fucking.
Does he even get down? I think it was right. He just stands there and
yes.
I think it was Foley said that he couldn't even get down to count a pin when he was there.
The best is when they go like on like all fours and do it instead of like slide on them. They just go on all fours and do it.
And it takes them forever to get back up.
Yeah. There's already another pinfall and they can't get there.
They might as well stay down.
I will tell you, Handsome Kevin, I feel like I owe you some sort of an apology. The stuff from Bob Backlund in this era is fantastic.
Yeah.
He has a phenomenal match with Tatsumi Fujinami.
Are you
Fujinami
are you shocked at sure he did KJG? I'm sure he did. We'll do this. I'll just do this. Are you surprised that like the guy how fucking incredibly strong he is? Because looking at him, you would think that there's nothing to him, and he lifts fucking everybody.
Go back and watch WrestleMania 9. He fucking lifted Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon had him in that arm, and he just fucking picked him up in the air. One arm.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm surprised, but I don't know. Like I guess like this era, the end of 81 and 82, when he's like in a blood feud with Valentine over the title, and then like he goes to Japan and like he beats Fujinami like in the closest of closes pinfall combinations, and then like he will not accept the victory until like they calm him down enough to let him know like it was a clean victory. He felt like the referees fucked it up. Like It's Bob Backlund I've never seen out because when we were growing up, like the only Bob Backlund you ever saw was like him and Snook in the cage, maybe.
Yeah.
Outside of when he comes back, like I wasn't looking for when I'm fucking ordering tapes from RF Video. I'm not looking for Backlund matches from the fucking 80s. Like I want to watch Leatherface in a barbed wire fucking death match.
You're not watching War? 1994.
I would love to
Bob
find those
Backlund.
fucking War tapes.
Yeah. Bob Backlund, Hercules, and I want to say
Warlord?
Warlord, yeah. 6-man champs.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm going to double check that right now. But yes. I think it's something to that.
I remember seeing
Backlund, Hercules, and the Warlord.
Yeah, 1994. He was like 2-time. No, never mind. Hold on. No. It was Backlund, Scott Putski, and the Warlord.
Yeah.
So funny. I was thinking about Scott Putski when we were talking about Johnny Swinger. So like they could be like the same person.
Bro, he went to Japan and wrestled for War in 94 and 95.
Yeah.
Really? While he was still with WWE then?
They had like a back and forth. Like Earthquake was there.
Is that Tenru's thing? That was
Tenru. Yeah.
Okay, that makes
No, I
sense.
thought Tenru was SWS. No.
That turned into War.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everything turns into war.
What is it good for?
All right, handsome Kevin. You're up, brother.
I'm going to ask you one question, Double T.
Cleanse the palate, buddy.
One question, Double T.
All right.
80s, 90s, or 2000s?
90s.
No.
90s. Wow. All right,
How
Tony.
you don't even know.
I was hoping
Tony-
80s, bro.
Tony wants to go 80s. KJG,
No.
where do you want to go?
No.
I'm with you asked Matt. I'm going with Matt.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no,
All
I
right.
agree. Go with Matt. I'm just disappointed that he didn't take 80s. Go
You
ahead.
want to go 90s. All right.
No,
That would mean we're going to February 18th, 1995.
Oh no.
Ooh, I like it.
This is a Superstars,
Oh, I like it more.
and the match is the Head Shrinkers versus the Smoking Guns.
I can't wait to hear you justify this, but I'm here for it.
Wait, with or without Sonny?
I have without.
Side 95. She's not there yet.
I have a good reason for picking this match.
Yeah, she is.
Is this
No,
Sione?
she's not with the guns yet.
Oh,
It is Sione. Yep.
I love it even more.
And this is on the cock.
It is on the cock.
February 18th, 1995. Superstars. Head Shrinkers, Smoking Guns.
You got it.
Go for it. Tell us why, baby. I need to hear why.
Well,
I'm here.
I'll tell you why next week.
Oh, is that what we do? I guess that's what we do.
We do.
All right.
Yeah.
We do.
But I'm here for it.
Wizards Wrestling Podcast.
I don't like this. Look at my head. Like it looks like I have this big bald spot over here, but I don't. Like what the
Put
fuck?
a fucking hat on, dude. I don't know.
I don't like hats.
Thinking you
There
might,
we go.
Tony.
Yeah, you
I
might,
don't know.
dude.
It's the lights. It probably is the lights.
I mean,
Yeah, no, it's light and lights.
you still look good. It's just there.
Well, thank you, sir. You're not too bad yourself.
No, thank you.
Let's go be bros.
What?
Bro stuff.
Bro stuff. You want to do some bro stuff? I want to see Perry Saturn do some bro stuff.
Show him the other bald spot.
Oh, my
Yeah.
taint? The gooch?
You got a bald spot on your taint?
No, but oh,
Just the
there's a
back of a sack.
Yeah, underneath. You know
You
where
know.
it fucking smacks the fucking, you know?
Bob Sacklin.
Bob Smack.
Fantastic. Well, special thanks again to Tony Stetson for joining us. 2300 Arena this weekend for Rasselcon, TWA 1 and done. I don't think we have a guest next week. Kate's Corner, I believe, is supposed to take place.
Yep.
But outside of that, it should be just us five wizards doing lots of wrestling talk and talk about wrestling. And KJG's on the hook next week for homework. So,
Oh, you better believe it.
we better believe it. I think that's all I got.
Anybody else? Any plugs? Any this? Any that? All right, boys. With that, let's cue the music. How come I did that? What the fuck? Let's cue it again.
This has been a production of the Shining Wizards Network. For everything Shining Wizards, visit shiningwizards.com. And don't forget to listen to all the great shows of the Shining Wizards Network.
We'd like to thank those who support us at our Patreon, patreon.com/Wizards Podcast. Executive producer Manny Kratzo, producers Kate Henzer, Matt Garifo, High Five Tom, Ryan Schlong, Al Day, William Mercier Jr., Scott George, Jesse Elwell, Emily Brock, I Dunk Biscuits, Keith Barker, Michael Hammond, and Kathy Hummer.
Night, Diana.
What does Kevin like? You know him. What's he like?
He likes porn.
Don't forget to pick up the porn. I'm gonna come on you like nobody's ever come on you before. I don't care. You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you.
No, baby, that's for somebody else.
Lucky.
I'm here to check your plumbing. You know that.
God, if I had a face like him, I'd have it circumcised. I'll buy you porn.
Yep.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Jerk off.
Yeah, I think there was something like
Horny gotta go.
Well, horny. Gotta go.